and like a contribution.
Right.
As they are parading themselves in this their 2023 conquest of Igbo president and this, is it not wise enough for us to seal down anything about campaign, anything about whatever that their ambition in the Biafran land? Because the more we give them that space to do their campaign and do whatever rubbish they are doing, they are thinking that have arrived. Stop every campaign in Igbo land, because we are not part of Janjaweed and allow their campaign in our land.
Yes, what you have said is absolutely critical, but there is one mistake we don't want to make. There is one mistake we are not going to make. The mistake is this: you don't know these people. You know that democracy and democratic discourse is a universal concept, or should I say, that is what the West is trying to, should I say, put all over the world. What they want to do, in essence, is to try as much as possible to say that we are anti-democratic forces. That's what they want to do. Once you say to the US, to EU, and all the rest of them that these people do not believe in democracy, you become an enemy of the world. That is why we cannot take that very route. But if they rig any elections that they have, then we have every legitimate right to express our grievances. But I do understand what you're saying. Our Yoruba brethren are saying also that there's not going to be any elections in 2023 unless, they discuss referendum, which is where we stand at the moment. But we must be very, very careful not to do anything that will allow the zoo to go to the Biden administration, or to go for Britain to help them to go to Europe to say that these are anti-democratic forces. Once we do that, they will try as much as they can to shut us down. So we must proceed very, very cautiously. Very, very cautiously. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for that. There are, of course, the useless Facebook. They are cracking and trying to make our life difficult.
And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, some will suffer if you don't repent from money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth.
Good afternoon,
all of you
the great people of Biafra all
suffer.
over the world.
Mark my words, somewhere you will suffer.
Good afternoon,
if you don't repent from your evil
the
ways.
great people of
you take
Africa.
money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth.
I welcome you,
and all of you
and
will
I
suffer
greet
if you don't
you
repent.
according to
you
your
suffer.
place of
Mark my words,
domicile.
somewhere you will suffer if you don't repent
In this
from your evil ways. You take money from murders and from killers
and the month of
to suppress the
Elohim,
truth.
Chukwokike Abiama. It is 3 minutes on top of the hour.
You will suffer.
I was supposed to start this program 1 hour ago,
from your evil ways,
and we are late. Apologies for that, but we must continue. We must continue to preach this gospel.
You will suffer. Mark my
this
words,
gospel of our freedom.
From your
this gospel
you take
of
money from murderers and from killers.
Opening our minds to understand,
and all of you will suffer if you don't repent.
We are going through as a
Mark
human
my words
being.
somewhere, you will suffer if you don't repent. From your
Because I know that so many of us who are
in
abroad, so many of us who have traveled abroad, some of you are even willing to forget where you came from.
If you don't repent.
Some of you are willing to live and die in abroad because of the hellfire that we find ourselves into in Africa.
Will suffer if you don't
courtesy of our politicians.
Mark my words somewhere, you will suffer if you don't repent.
But that is the reason why we are always
to suppress the truth.
Here to make sure that we preach
the
gospel of freedom, the gospel of African liberation, the gospel of decolonization. Because the most important thing that you need to do as a black man, African man, is to make sure that you emancipate yourself from mental slavery. When you emancipate yourself from mental slavery, that is the only time that you will be able to discern and understand
Mark my words
the things that will make you great.
From your evil ways.
Because when you are in mental slavery, you will never think like,
and all of you will suffer.
You will never think like a reasonable human being. That is the reason why we start with
you take money from murderers
trying to decolonize our people, because what happened to us during the time of colonialism,
from your evil ways.
It affected us. So many of you may argue, because being an African man, you always have something to argue about. And so many of you may argue that this generation never went through colonialism. But you are forgetting that those generations that you found that undergone colonialism, or those who went through the process of colonialism during those years, that you are their, identity. You are, their remnant. Whatever they lived, whatever they learned, whatever they went through, they instilled it in you. That is the power of neo-colonialism. Because the structure was the one that was laid. The structure was laid, and we keep growing on that structure without asking questions. That is the reason why this generation, which is the generation that is going to liberate Africa as a continent, is risen up to ask questions and to make sure that we destabilize every neo-colonial structure that has been eating our people up through economic exploitation, through terrorism. We must find a way to destabilize it in order to go back to the structure given to us by Chukwuokike Abiama. It is the day of the rest. It is the day of Elohim Chukwuokike Abiama, and I welcome you, and I say shalom to all our people, all our brethren all over the world. I welcome you and I say shalom. As so many of you may know that it is according to the world, not the world of our own. Today is the new year. And to make a change and to make things new in your life, it is not about what it is. It is about the change that you are going to make. And I believe that that change will start now. Because there is nothing like New Year and Old Year all of them are still years. And at the end of the day, it is not the year that Chukwokikabiama gave us to call the new year, because our new year comes with new season. But that is, by the way, because has been our people, for them to understand this, they must see it into action. That is the reason why I am not going to go deeper. There is something a great man used to say, you know, that Africa is a place, is like people who, we've been hungry for so long. And when a person is hungry for so long, when you want to give them food, you begin to give them small, little by little. Because if you give them a lot at once, it will indeed upset their system. That is the reason why we must start, with cholesterol to feed you the knowledge of the truth, to begin to enlighten you into understanding that you came from somewhere, and that place you came from is not a bush. Rather, you came from where God placed you from the inception and from the origin of the world, or from the origin of the world creation, rather. So that is the reason why we are standing, and we are strong and formidable, resolute, to make sure that we preach the gospel of freedom. And that gospel of freedom must start with telling ourselves that what we are living today is another man's identity. Making you to understand that you are living another man's identity. It is today the Sabbath day of Elohim. That is the reason why I am going to, be more spiritual than being physical. We are living another man's identity because Elohim Chukwokikabiama created our people. He gave them holy days. He gave us holy days, and that holy days, the spelling, you spell it Holy. That is holy days. And when the colonials, they arrive, they gave us holy days. They replaced our holy days with the holy days. And as you may know it, their holidays is Holidays. There is difference between those two. And today, that is the Sabbath day of the Lord, happened to be our holy day, the day of holy convocation, according to the law of Chukwokikabiama given to our people. There are many things that the colonizers, they brought to us and imposed to us, because that is the reason why I keep telling us that whenever you want to change something, you must change the structure before you will be able to make a change in anything, be it a legal change, be it illegal change. You must destroy the structure that you found there in order to implement your own structure. So what they did, they destroyed every structure they found that made Africa the great nation. They destroyed our manpower. They destroyed, our system of education, which, that will make you as an African man, when you are coming out of this, school, you will have different skills. You will have different skills, and those skills will enable you to create a job for yourselves. But today we are more of theoretical people other than practical. And that is the reason why there is, a lot of unemployment. There is a lot of, insecurity, because our people, they are only waiting for the employment created by democratic government. And in having understood that the democratic government cannot do much for you because they are not in charge of their resources, that is the reason why we must destroy that structure that made it that way before we will be able to rebuild our structure and go back to it. So, going straight to the point, in the day of Elohim, the day of holy convocation, there is something that our God gave to us. He made us to understand that we must try to love our ways. We must try to promote what we are. We must try to put our things first. And when you begin to dislike your ways of life, you are indeed disliking yourself, because when you dislike your ways of life, you are disliking whom you are. Therefore, you will dislike anybody that is living in that ways of life that is yours. That is the reason why there is too many, in Africa, there is too many hatred amongst ourselves, because we don't even like ourselves. Because if you love yourself, that is when you will extend the love to your neighbor. Who is your neighbor according to the Bible? The Bible is talking about those people who came from the same place you come from. That is self-love. You must love them all. Love them all. When he says you love your neighbor and pray for your enemy, that means when you are loving those who came from you, you must pray for those who are ignorant and becoming your enemy and hating you for no reason. That is what you must do. You must also pray for them, those people from your place. That is your neighbor. It is not, Bible metaphor is what confuses a lot of us. So many of us get confused by the Bible metaphor, but I know that this is the era of awakening. This is the era of the truth. The truth will prevail. All those things that is keeping our people in captivity must be debunked. So, we are into the Biafra struggle, and we are into a freedom fighting. The more we preach Biafra struggle, the more we preach freedom for Biafra as well. Africa that is caged, we will not be able to, make a lot of progress. That is the reason why whatever preaching we are preaching, we include our continent. We include our continent, because freedom for Biafra is freedom for Africa. Enemy of Biafra is enemy of the world, enemy of Africa. And that is the reason why we should not allow enemy to come into what we are doing. We should not allow enemy to come into the structure of what we are doing, because in everything, a structure, when a structure is demolished, it means that whatever that is you are doing is being destroyed. We should not allow enemy to come into this struggle to destroy what we are up against. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear to us that no one will be able to penetrate IPOB. It will take them 1 century to penetrate IPOB. And that is the reason why the enemy picked it up. The enemy who believe that they can manipulate God. They pick that word up, and the first thing they begin to do is to fight the structure. the first thing they began to do is to fight the structure, because knowing that when the structure is demolished, the new foundation must be created. And when that new foundation is created, the initiative of that initial structure is demolished as well. Because the structure of this, where we are today, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is the structure that carries the mandate. It is the structure that carries the mandate that will enable this freedom fighting, to achieve its goal. When you are part and parcel of those who are fighting this structure, you are an enemy of Biafra's struggle. I know that so many of us we were brainwashed that this structure was the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, was kidnapped in Kenya and tortured for 8 days, an extraordinary rendition to Kenya. But I stand on this day of Elohim to tell you that the structure does not have that power. It is individual that has that power. It is someone somewhere who is trusted, who is a friend that did all these things that you see happening today. It is not the structure. Therefore, anybody that is fighting the structure is fighting the truth. And that is the reason why you see what is our topic today. Our topic today says, our topic today says, civil disobedience is a good approach. But in the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is not yet required. It is not yet required. And I will tell you why, and I will tell you categorically. You should understand that the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition to Nigeria, placed on a communicado without anybody hearing from him for so many weeks, is because this government, led by this man in front of our screen, which the teeth is always changing, the face is always changing. He was old yesterday, tomorrow he is fresh. So led by him, renditioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they believe that they are intelligent more than the children of Chukwokikabiam. They do believe that they are intelligent more than the children of Chukwokikabiama, but they do not know that the Biafra struggle is a mandate of heaven. They do not know that Chukwokikabiama is always ahead of them, and he's always exposing their plans before it arrives. That is the reason why all their plans is always dead on arrival. They understood how much you love this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as your leader, and how much you respect him, and how emotional you are going to be when they do what they did. And knowing that when you are emotional, you are bound to commit a lot of mistakes. An emotional person is a vulnerable person. When you are emotional, you are vulnerable as well. That is the reason why they renditioned him to Nigeria without presenting him or informing even his legal team that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court. They wanted to make you crazy. They wanted to break you. They wanted to make your emotion get the best of you. But they are not realizing that there is a structure left and intact by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that structure understands every move made by Nigeria. They know that when they do what they did, you will be throwing allegations on the people who are working with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because you believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, outside, Biafra struggle, he does not have any other life. He does not, have any other lifestyle or any other life to live. You believe that he's always in the struggle. That is the reason why when they do what they did, they want you to believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by those who are working with him. Or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by the structure. And they place him a place where no one will know whether he is dead, whether he's alive, so that you will make a mistake and start engaging into a violent protest, violent civil disobedience, violent all this, in order to gather evidence to nail, to cover everything, all the, crime they have committed against, humanity, to cover the crime, the international crime that they have committed. That was the psychology they used. And so many of us fell into their traps. Many of us blindly, genuinely fell into their trap. And that is the reason why you find a lot of things, a lot of arguments, you find a lot of blames happening today. And so many of these people who are promoting civil disobedience today, some of them are actually, an agent. Some of them are actually an agent. That is the reason why they are fighting to destroy the structure. Because they know when the structure is destroyed, that you will not, have any other place get information that will enable Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. And so many of them are fighting the structure because they believe that the structure must come, the leaders and of the structures must come on Facebook to give information of everything that they are doing to help the leader to be released. There are some fights that you will engage into fighting. You want to be the relevant person. You want to be the person calling the shot in a situation like this, because you believe that you were a friend, or you interviewed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Therefore, you are the one who's supposed to be in charge of everything whenever he is around, without you realizing that there were people who are working under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is a structure that is there. Being that you believe that you are the one who's supposed to be calling the shot, now you are not even getting information of what to do next. Because initially, before you began to fight the structure, you were getting information. But now you began to fight the structure when a command was given to you to go behind the mic of Radio Biafra, and whoever that is issuing that command is fully aware that I have gatekeepers who is going to search anybody who is going to sit in that office, and give them, things that they must undergo, the rules that they must get them through. And you decided to turn all these protocols down because you have your own agenda. So in all these things, the reason why I keep reminding you this is because so many of you are ignorant, and that is the reason why one of you, after I finished program yesterday called when I try to give him an information of what is happening, because I know I am no longer online, I wanted to educate him because I love him. And I don't want them to be part of those who are fallen off in this struggle. But ignorantly, the way they do here, they don't want to give you a listening ear. The only thing they want is to start yabbing their ignorant, start trying to convince you without even being informed. Just because your friend is in ESN there does not mean that you are informed, because that is what a lot of you are believing. Your friend is there in the ESN. You believe that the ESN are under command and control, when information you give them is what they are going to work with. The information the structure give to ESN is what they are going to work with. The ESN is not working outside the structure. So you saying that you have comrades, you have friends in the ESN, you have brother siblings in the ESN, does not give you the right, to start fighting the structure. Maybe if there are those members of the ESN who will be going astray because you believe you are informed, you are feeding them a fraudulent information just because you know them. So engaging into civil disobedience, right now is not the time. And anybody who is trying to, tell you that you must engage into civil disobedience, you should ask that person, what is this civil disobedience for? Is the civil disobedience, is it because the court has given their verdict? Is it because the court has given their verdict to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Or is it because they have given their verdict to hang Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What is the civil disobedience going to be for? Because the civil disobedience that you should be trying to engage is to preach for the whole Nigeria who are feeling the spikes of the insecurity, to organize themselves and save themselves from terrorism or terrorist attack. Because engaging into civil disobedience by sitting at home when people are supposed to go to work, knowing that there is a lot of hunger in that place, you believe that you are engaging people to, do the right thing. Some of you believe that it is a right way, but you should understand that we are not talking about Europe here. We are not in Europe. We are not in America. You know where you are? You are in Nigeria, called the Zoological Republic. That is where you are. So at some point, as long as civil disobedience that you are engaging into is not destroying where the oil is coming from, as long as the civil disobedience you are engaging into is not stopping them from generating their revenue from the oil sale and from the Lagos state, it is not going to bring any significance to them. The civil disobedience you will do in the East is only to make the government of the East to wake up. And the government of the East have, most of them and some of them are already engaged and they are complying. They are complying. So, since they are complying, why do you still want to engage in civil disobedience without taking orders from the leadership created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? The reason why I am saying this, there is a video that was released saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never come out if you believe he's doing. And I am going to play that video. But before then, there is an article that I also came across. I want to read out that article for your own hearing. And I am also going to address the routine visit, the report of the routine visit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through his legal counsel. I am going to read it out for those of you who are, scared to read, because a lot of our people, you are scared to read. That is the reason why you are not getting informed. You are not being informed. When you see something that you need to read, you read the heading and believe that ignorantly you know what it is talking about, and you will jump it. That is the reason why you do not learn. So it is about Sunday Iboho. I am going to read something about Sunday Iboho, because even we and our Oduduwa brethren, we are in this together. Anybody who woke up to fight for that, we must lend them a supporting hand, because freedom is so heavenly. Nans demand repatriation of Yoruba nation activists, according to the Sun. According to the Sun, accuses federal government of culpability. The National Association of Nigeria Students, NANS, has demanded that the repatriation of the self-acclaimed Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Iboho, back to Nigeria from Benin Republic, where he is being currently incarcerated. Iboho, who fled Nigeria to evade arrest by the DSS, was apprehended by Beninois. I want to correct whoever that wrote this. Iboho did not fled arrest. Sunday Iboho fled because his life was placed in danger. If someone invade your house, ransack your house, at the end of it, set it ablaze, shot everything, including the cat, what is that message showing you? If they are government or security operatives, they invade your house to the extent they destroyed everything in your house, set it ablaze, and even kill your animals. What message is that thing telling you? Is it not your life that they are looking for? Now they said, just like they accused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is the same approach they are using. They say DSS, okay, they say Iboho, who fled Nigeria to evade arrest by the DSS, was apprehended by Beninois authority for allegedly entering the country illegally. For you to understand, he entered the country illegally. But so many people from Benin are entering Nigeria illegally. A lot of them are in Nigeria without even having a paper. They don't even have, a bread label. But because there is something they are gaining from Nigeria, they apprehended Iboho, left him in custody over the months, saying that he entered illegally. If somebody is running away from their lives and they run into your country, don't you want to hear their story and give them asylum? That is the reason why Europe will always be ahead of Africa. Europe will always be ahead of Africa. if you do not start, behaving or thinking like human. That is the reason why they tell you he entered into the country illegally. But the student umbrella I am reading, Iboho is currently being tried by the Beninois authority, but the student umbrella body in the southwest called for the repatriation of Iboho, saying his stay in Benin Republic is no longer justifiable. And that is the truth. The Southwest Zone D coordinator of NANS, Adeboyo Olatunji, who made the call in a statement in Abeokuta on Thursday, accused the federal government of abandoning Iboho to suffer in the hands of the government of Benin Republic. The actions, inactions, and body language of the federal government suggest their culpability of, or at least their approval concerning the treatment being meted to the self-styled activist. 100% natural herb. Oh, that is an advert. Pardon me for that. It remains within the responsibility of the federal government to protect the interest and the right of her citizens within and outside the borders of the country. The activities of the federal government, however, communicate nonchalance and unwillingness that suggests that Benin Republic is only acting in a script that was orchestrated by Nigeria government. Exactly. Exactly. We want to affirm the unconditional release. For those of you, before we proceed, for those of you who do not know who is Sunday Iboho, for those of you, we are losing, we are losing signal. We are losing signal, and that is the reason why I am delaying before I continue. Just give me a minute to optimize the network. Yeah, I think the network is coming back slowly. So, for those of you who do not know who Sunday Iboho is, I am going to show you who is Sunday Iboho. I hope you saw those pictures, those two. I will not be able to show it, but I will show you those who does not know who Sunday Iboho is. So I continue with the reading. The activities of the federal government, however, communicate nonchalance and unwillingness that suggests that Benin Republic is only acting a script that was orchestrated by Nigeria government. That is the truth. we want to affirm that the continual detention of Sunday Adeyomo is no longer justifiable, neither is it rational. Therefore, the government should explore every diplomatic option in ensuring his repatriation, as the international community keeps observing the inemptiness of the Nigeria liaisons, or liaison, or Nigeria liaison rather. I will go back a little bit for you to understand. As the international community keeps observing the inemptiness of the Nigeria liaison office, which has been largely inactive over this issue, we are beginning to suspect that their lackadaisical stance is as directed. Their lackadaisical stand is as directed, which what they mean is that the Benin government keeping Sunday Iboho there, and acting as if there is no law that governs anybody who violate immigration law without repatriation. That it means that this is exactly what Nigeria government told them to do. We must warn the government of Benin Republic that Nigeria are now, disenchanted by their manner of handling this case. We advise them to avoid being used as a tool for settling political grievances, and to immediately begin and complete the extradition process of Sunday Iboho within a reasonable time frame, or we will force to make Nigeria unlivable for Beninois in Nigeria. Adeboyo said. Are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? Our Yoruba brothers are waking up. They are making a very, very good move, because this is exactly what supposed to be done. When you arrest someone who you call illegal immigrant, the best thing you will do for them is to repatriate them back to where they come from. After hearing their own story and you don't buy it, you send them back to where they come from, not to keep them under custody for more than 4 months. This is an injustice being meted on the people, because where Nigeria government is involved, everything law does not take its course. It is only what they want individually that is going to happen. So, for those of you, those pictures, you can see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can see Sunday Iboho. So, these are the people who are fighting for their freedom, to make sure that they do not suffer under the structure of colonialism, that they want to be free and do their things like a free people. So that is the reason why they are incarcerated, unlawfully detained. Unlawfully detained. You can see even the one for Sunday Iboho. It is unlawful. That is what you are seeing happening, and that is how it's been happening, and that is how it will continue to happen if we do not have our freedom. So I want to, play this video of, where Soludo, I want to play this video because he made a lot of sense in this video. He made a lot of sense in this video because this information that he is given is the information that the government and the people of Nigeria is shying away from. He won Anambra State election, and I believe he is a right candidate as well. Let's listen to him.
The failed or fragile state indices and the rankings of Nigeria, we have been coming back precipitously from number 54 in 2005, now to number 13. We are one of the countries under the red alert list. And so it hasn't worked. The concoction hasn't worked. The 36 state structure that we have today, Ofodile argues very forcefully that this current 36 structure is contrary to the instruments of surrender of Biafra, that there are 3 conditions that they agreed on the instruments of surrender, one of which was that the Biafrans said, we accept the current structure, which then was a 12-state structure. And that B or C of it was that any future change must bring all Nigerians on the table to agree. And that these were the things they signed at the instrument of surrender, but that the military unilaterally subsequently changed the structure without then the participation of the other side. And he argues that
did those future change bring all Nigeria to the table? Today you have 36 states. We have 36 states. So
is against the instrument of the surrender, and that no wonder the Southeast has been marginalized out of it, 5 states out of the others having 6 and 7, as the case may be. Now there is the issue of unitary fiscal federalism instead of the 1963 Republican Constitution on fiscal federalism. There is the expansive exclusive list and having overpowerful Abuja. The development process is a trickle down from Abuja to the rest instead of a bottom-up economic and development arrangement. The census and revenue allocation that disadvantages the Southeast. There is the citizenship question. The Igbos think they become visitors everywhere all over the country. When it is time for census, the Southeast complain that they are about the only ethnic group that have maybe a majority of their people living outside of their homeland. And that during census, their populations are counted in the states where they live. Imagine a state, and then population becomes basis for sharing the oil money in Abuja. When it is time for that, you count them in there, you don't ask for state of origin in the census. But then, you use also the population to get the allocations. But when it is time to share anything else, you remind them that they don't belong here, as the case may be. So there have been issues about citizenship question, and so on and so forth. So, in other words, this system, it's not just the Southeast or the Igbos that complain. It has not worked for Nigeria. And my thesis is that even if any government, including this one, just have all the political appointments from one village, my thesis is that the life of the average person in that village will not change. Just rewind it again, and think the other way. The last regime, we had an Ebele Azikiwe as president, we had secretary to government, we had minister of finance, and coordinating minister on the economy. We had all of this, deputy senate president, this, that, and so on and so forth. Most of the financial institutions headed by people from the Southeast. And yet, there is no motorable federal highway in Igbo land. This thing is an elite game as far as I'm concerned. The issue of who and whatever and so on and so forth is not taking us anywhere. And unless we get to the heart of it. So, it seems that there is a consensus today. There is a consensus. If you take it much broadly, the North, so-called North, if you calculate the number of years they were in power, but essentially, poverty is still predominantly a northern phenomenon. So, that you control this and a few billionaires are made here and there and so on and so forth means absolute nothing. The ordinary man in Nigeria has not benefited, is getting worse off by the current system that we have. But there is a consensus now on restructuring. And in that case, Fodile would argue that Biafra becomes a metaphor for agitation by oppressed people for justice, equity, and fairness. It hasn't worked for anybody. If you look at President Buhari recently said he also supports amendment of the Constitution or devolution. If you read the APC manifesto, it says, quote, as a change agent, APC intends to cleanse our closet to halt the dangerous drift of Nigeria to a failed state with a conscious plan for post-oil economy in Nigeria. To achieve this laudable program, APC government shall restructure the country, devolve power to the units with the best practices of federalism, and eliminate unintended paralysis of the center. End of quote. This is the government in power that controls 23 states. This is the APC manifesto. So, and the Southern People's Assembly talk about the same thing. The Afenifere's position on the National Conference, if you read it, talks about the same thing. The National Conference report talks, supported by PDP, the same thing. So what is holding us? I must say the goal of this bit should be political stability and economic prosperity. In my view, a competitive federalism. We can write a book on this aspect of competitive federalism. Compared to the First Republic, when everybody had theirs, they had the resources, especially on revenue, a fiscal federalism. We've argued before, leave everybody their own thing, let them pay taxes to the center. This umbilical cord where Abuja will set wage for everybody all over the country, and so on and so forth. It was for a time when oil money paid for it, not anymore. Even in the US, you may have read about the governor of Maine, that the wife of...
You must understand that what he is saying right now is exactly what Ojukwu agreed on in Aburi. That was the agreement Ojukwu had with Nigeria in Aburi. That was the agreement that was written in black and white in Aburi. For you to understand, those of you who want to claim that Ojukwu sent us to war, and I heard so many people saying that Ojukwu betrayed people. I saw people yesterday saying that Ojukwu betrayed the struggle. You know, those who are not informed, who move around with propaganda, saying that Ojukwu betrayed the struggle. But I am coming to address that one very soon.
Of the governor had to take a job in a restaurant to augment their income. Because given the state of men, the salary of the governor was not enough for them to survive on. And the wife had to take a job in a restaurant. The governor of Maine's salary cannot be the same as the mayor of New York, and so on and so forth. But here we've done all of this. Abuja controls it. Anyway, that's for another day. we're saying the ones that you have are not viable. 20-something states today cannot pay salaries. So what are we talking about? Or should we go back to the EQMS constitution, the proposal of 6 zonal structure as the federating units? What model of federation? Should we use the UAE and United Arab Emirates system, or which one are we going? Let us get to work and begin to think. Some people propose, and I agree, that we need a new constitution negotiated by the people of Nigeria. And my thesis is that if this is the only achievement of President Buhari, he would be greatest statesman ever in the mode of Abraham Lincoln. But we need to get this done, that the people of Nigeria will have to get together and negotiate a new constitution for themselves. Second, or the third point, is leadership failure in Igbo land. It raises fundamental questions if you read Chude's book on the collapse of failure of leadership in Igbo land and the search for the new one, whatever. It's in that light it agitates your mind when we talk about Igbo presidency. What does that actually mean? Is it to have somebody wearing a red cap in the villa, or what?
Good question.
If all that we say, even within the states, a governor is first his village, his local government, then his senatorial zone, so that he can be Ochelo Ozwa of his own local government or his village, and so on and so forth, then let the others care. Is that the kind of leadership we are talking about Nigeria, or in the new Biafra, as it were? And we have seen it, like I said, about people occupying offices and so on and so forth, and still nothing. So the question is, the same contradictions in Nigeria are also there within Igbo land. We cry of marginalization at the larger Nigeria, but there is also cries of marginalization within. There is the identity question within. There is the citizenship and indigenship question within. How many other Igbos live in Aba and in Abia, for example? But, I don't know, 2 years or 3 years ago, that was the indigenship thing, that all non-Abia citizens were sacked from but these people had lived there, worked there, paid their taxes there. They were counted as part of Abia in the census. You collect revenue, more revenue because of them. But then, no, you can't work in there. You are not an indigent. So while we are pointing one finger there, ladies and gentlemen, look closely. The other three are saying, let's get it here. And so how can this new leadership emerge? And then, of course, the entry fee is very high. The fourth, the new Biafranism, and that is my last point. And let me say that Nigeria has wittingly or unwittingly dragged the Biafran issue from the periphery into the mainstream discussion. Nnamdi Kanu, in my view, threw a bet and Nigeria took it. Today, he is the most popular political prisoner and will end up either as a hero or a martyr. But to his credit, he has forced Nigeria and the world to discuss Biafra. I believe that keeping him there does not do Nigeria any good. I believe this young man should be released and released like yesterday. I will not be surprised if he becomes a subject of the next political campaigns. Just like we dealt with Awolowo, who was convicted and imprisoned of treason, or Gowon, charged with treason, or even Ojukwu himself was forgiven, and so on and so forth.
Did you hear that?
I don't want to make any predictions, but I believe we need to solve this. Because according to Ofodile, this book, quote, he said, the lesson to be learned, if anyone cares to listen, is that the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, no matter for how long, will not stop the agitation of Biafra, end of quote. He further argues that the detention of Uwazurike between 2005 to 2007 helped to radicalize his followers. The same thing happened when the leader of Boko Haram was killed. His followers became more radicalized. Detention of Nnamdi Kanu, I never heard of him before this time, to be quite honest. Never heard of him. I didn't even know about the IPOB or whatever thing. Until this thing, and you now realize globally it's become an issue and it's become mainstream. Now, and again, quote, he says, this book argues that the idea of a customary government under the Supreme Council of Elders in accordance with customary law enjoys the support among a section of the Igbo, but it is the Biafra or death philosophy of Nnamdi Kanu that found resonance across the length and breadth of the Igbo nation. Therefore, there cannot be a resolution of the Biafran dilemma without a wholesome engagement in Nnamdi Kanu stroke Uche Mefo faction of IPOB. End of quote. That's what this was. So, if I were President Buhari, quite honestly, I would be very suspicious of anyone who advises me to ignore the Biafran issue. I'll be very suspicious. Anybody who says that is either ignorant or being mischievous or quite patently doesn't mean well.
I am going to leave it here. This is a very, very, I just took you back. This is a very, very important, important, even though he's a politician, but when you find someone who knows the truth, when they speak it, you take their truth and leave their politics. This is for you to understand that so many of them, they are aware of what is going on. They are aware of what is going on in Biafra land. And the only way that this issue, that the problem of Biafrans are having, is that they will come to a round table. It is only going to result Nigeria to come to a round table, except if they are ignorant. And that round table is what is fast approaching right now. That round table is what is fast approaching right now. But so many of our people, you are not informed, you are not aware. So that is the reason why when the people piloting the affairs of Biafra tells you that we are, going for a political solution, you do not understand what they mean by a political solution, because most of the problem that we have is that we know that politics is a very dirty game, but politics is what we practice now. It is a very dirty game, but that is what we are practicing now. So when we talk about political solution, it brings, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released, or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be engaged. They will bring to a round table, now agree on the same thing they called Ojukwu. If you can remember, they go on called Ojukwu to come, for them to, discuss this. But because Aguiyi Ronsi was exterminated because he went on a visit in the West, because there is only three, states, or three, there is only three political zones in Nigeria during that time, which is the the north, the east, and the west. So Aguiyi Ronsi was killed, was taken or captured by the young soldiers in the west, and was killed and dumped his body. Now they were calling Ojukwu to come for a meeting again. He refused. Ojukwu called them to come because they started actually killing our people in the north. They started killing our people in the north. Ojukwu now say to Gowon, if you want us to discuss, come to the east. Gowon refused to come because he was also afraid. That was where the insecurity was rising. No one was able to trust each other. No one was able to, agree with each other. And being that they are killing our people, they are killing our people that they're in the north, even the west at some point joined force and started killing our people. Ojukwu now said that the person that is rejected will not reject themselves. So that is what led them to Aburi. And that Aburi is what is going to take place again now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now in Nigeria custody because he's a prisoner of conscience and he is a political prisoner. And that is exactly the political solution. Ojukwu went to Aburi to obtain a political solution, which after obtaining a political solution, they came back to Nigeria. They now change from what they have agreed on. The political solution is coming to a round table. When we come to a round table and now tell Nigeria, the table to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this is what, tell us what you want. He will narrate to them, this is what I want. I want freedom for my people. I want referendum. Nigeria government will bring an offer to the table. Do you want a true federalism? Or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is bound to say no. He want, a freedom for his people. He want a nation of its own. So these are the things that will be brought to the table during the political solution. So when you are engaging yourself into a civil disobedience that will even bring, that will compromise the target, that will compromise everything that we are doing. The reason why I played this video from the beginning is for you to understand that the reason for this topic that I wrote here, it's this video that I played of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the beginning, is for you to know that there is always a target that we are getting. It is not always about, trying to be physical. Sometimes
it's like a question and like a contribution.
Go ahead.
As they are parading themselves in this their 2023 conquest of Igbo president and this, is it not wise enough for us to seal down anything about campaign, anything about whatever that their ambition in the Biafran land? Because the more we give them that space to do their campaign and do whatever rubbish they are doing, they are thinking that they have arrived. Can't we stop every campaign in Igbo land? Because we are not, and we cannot allow their campaign in our land.
Yes, what you have said is absolutely critical. But there is one mistake we don't want to make. There is one mistake we are not going to make.
There is one mistake we cannot make. There is one mistake we cannot make. And that mistake we cannot make is that mistake you shouldn't make now. I know that so many of you will be seeing this message on the context of the election. But the message is not only talk context of the election. It's talking also about allowing your emotion to get the best of you and allowing yourself to go out there, to trigger something that is going to, jeopardize the plans because you believe that you need to be informed of everything that is going on the ground. Just because you are not getting message of what is going on the ground, you believe now that you can try to find a way to force them to give you that message. That is the reason why so many of you are preaching civil disobedience. Civil disobedience. Civil disobedience will come when political solution did not work. And political solution does not mean that you are going to, at the end of the day, they will force you to be in Nigeria. No. And you must allow the pilot, to navigate us through this. You must allow the piloters to pilot us through this. So that is the reason why you shouldn't do nothing until you are asked to do anything, based on the people walking on the ground, based on the people making the moves, based on the people doing the walking. You should not engage yourself into anything that is not announced by the structure led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they know what they are doing. If you start engaging yourself into anything just because you believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an action man, you heard where the answer he gave to the caller right now. There is a place where need action. There is a place which need diplomacy. Listen to it and listen to it again. And you should not listen to it and understand it on the context of this election that he was talking about. You should understand it as a message.
But in our land,
Yes, what you have said is absolutely critical. But there is one mistake we don't want to make. There is one mistake we are not going to make. The mistake is this. You don't know these people. You know that democracy and democratic discourse is a universal concept, or should I say, that is what the West is trying to, should I say, promote all over the world. What they want to do, in essence, is to try as much as possible to say that we are anti-democratic forces. That's what they want to do. Once you say to the US, to EU, and all the rest of them that these people do not believe in democracy, you become an enemy of the world. That is why we cannot take that very route. But if they rig elections that they have,
we get very rude. It is not every time that you must engage into civil disobedience. It is not in every situation that you must engage in civil disobedience. Do you know the reason why? You believe that that civil disobedience is not something that you can rule out thoroughly. You must understand what civil disobedience is going to offer you in a situation like this. You need to understand the reason why the Nigeria government took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, make him not to see anybody, make you to start thinking that they have killed him, using some of the prophets to tell you that they are going to kill him in 50 days, using some of the prophets to tell you they are going to kill him in 10 days. All these things are manipulation for you to descend the street so that they will call the international community and tell them, this is what we have told you. His gang is going to come out. That is the reason why we extraordinary rendition him and place him on a communicado so that his gang will emotionally come out. They will call you a terrorist organization. And you might see those unknown gunmen. The reason why you see them, starting to do their activities more than ever before, killing our people to the extent of killing Chike. If not what happened in Imo State. If not what happened in Imo State. So many of you believe that is the followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who killed Chike. That is it. Because we always, misjudge everything. Those who are talking about civil disobedience, they are not followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want to replace Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is most important thing you must understand. because they are not, when you give an agent information, they will use that information and act upon it. If they are not able, that is the reason why in my preaching yesterday, I told you that a person who does not know you will never harm you. It is only someone who comes into your household, who knows how your household, the corners and everywhere in your household, will be able to come into your household to do something wrong. It is not a stranger. A stranger will not come from somewhere to where you are, and they start to harming you. They start doing something, against you immediately. They must get information from insider. And that information that insider is not getting is breaking their heart. It is tearing them apart. That is the reason why they keep blaming the structure. For the structure to, this emotion. They're playing emotional tricks on you. They're playing psychological tricks on you. When we push you harder, when we go to disobey what you have put in place, now you will be forced to come and tell people, no, this is what we are planning. Don't listen to this. Now they will grab the information and they will know their next move. And that is the reason why it looks like the DOS are quiet. And sometimes you should understand that a wise man said, a silent is golden. But very soon, tonight, we are going to hear from the leadership of this struggle in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know what time I will check. We are going to hear from them to know the way where we are going next. We are going to hear from them. But until then, you should not engage yourself into anything that someone is somewhere because you believe that this person is that place, because you believe that this person is because you believe, because of what you think, not actually what you think, that this person will know it all. That person you believe in and the thinking that they know it all. Believe you me, they do not know anything. They know nothing. They are just, propagating their ignorance. They are promoting their ignorance. That is the reason why they are insisting on bringing in civil disobedience, because they know now they know that a message was sent to the government. And they now want to capitalize on that message, which they did not bring in that initiative. If they knew better, why did they not initiate that or bring in that initiative from the beginning? If they brought that initiative, hand it over to the structure, and the structure announced it, and now the structure cancelled it, at least there will be, a ground to hear from them of their claim, to hear their claim. But they never initiated it. The people who initiated it knows the reason why they initiated it and knows that it has done its part, and they withdrawed it. You don't allow anything that you are doing. You don't allow yourself to go overboard. There is there is to an extent you are going to threaten a person. You will threaten that person even though you don't have anything in mind of doing, but because you are talking big, threatening that person. Maybe they get scared from the beginning, but you keep going, they will know your weakness. They will know your weakness. They will know how to manipulate you. I am so happy for this structure led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now I am fully convinced that it will take you 100 years to penetrate. It will take you another 100 years, which is 1 century, to destroy what we are doing. Because regardless of what you are doing, there is people on the ground that move. I say that na anya naga ụkwụ naga warawara. Anya naga warawara dị nsokwa ya. When you are a leg that walks so fast, The eyes that pays attention so fast follows you. Nigeria wanted you to use to bring out to be emotional, to be emotionally controlled. That they believe that the ESN will leave Fulani and the bandits that are raping our women, destroying the farmlands, to leave them to come to the street to come and start fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. But they are not aware that the ESN is under one central command, and that command, they are not bound to move until they are asked to move. And those people, those commanders, they are not emotional fools, just like many of you on the ground. They are not emotional fools. And that is the reason why things are going to be falling into place if we continue to control our emotion and stop listening to people who want to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or who want to be replace Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or who are making money. There is a difference between someone who, ever since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated, they are making money here and there. They are making money here and there, that even if they leave their job right now, they are still going to cover up in even double of what they were earning before then. And you are telling me those people who are benefiting, big in what is going on, they would want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out? No, tell me, as a Biafra man you are, who God gave you very, very, a good brain, rather than more than others, as you may claim, who is benefiting more, even when they come to social media to speak? They are benefiting ever since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated. Who are those people benefiting more? Are you going to pay attention to people who are, using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's predicament to make money? Are you going to pay attention to the structure left behind by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and told you to protect and defend this structure, jealously? Who are you going to believe? If you say you are a Biafra man and you are those, children of Chukwokika Abiyama who lives in heaven, I believe he's supposed to give you a very, very, smart brain. Rather, you are not following your spirit. You believe that your spirit is all about being violent. Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened? Do you know what the government wanted to do if eventually the sit at home during the time of election continued? You have no idea, do you? And the important thing is that, so many of you, you watch, you don't pay attention. I was a victim of this movement, opposition movement. I was a victim of it. That is the reason why I am able to understand their formation. I was a victim of their deceit. That is the reason why I am able to tell you to come out of her. Because this thing that you are thinking that it is everything that glitters is a gold, it is not true. Everything that glitters is not a gold, says by a wise man. You are watching them presenting action. You are watching them telling you that if you do not bring civil disobedience, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be released. Just like the video I am going to play for you now. And you believe in them just because you are emotional. You are not following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he will push, send a message and refrain. He will withdraw to hear if this message I have sent, if it is indeed working. If it is indeed working, you're supposed to, pay attention to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before invented the securities that is protecting our land today. You're supposed to watch him closely. He sent so many messages. He sent so many messages to this government. But the government, never paid attention. That our people are dying, our people are being raped in the farm, and our people, are being killed all over the place. When you go to your farm, you spend all your hard-earned money to, plant a seed, grow a crop in your farm. Fulani will bring their cow to come and destroy it. When you come to challenge them, they will kill you there they will kill you in a cold blood. The women who are going to maintain their farms, they will rape them. Those who rape cows, what do you think that if they see your women going to the farm, what they're going to do? And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lamented over and over again to this government, to this even local government. None of them paid attention to it. Because their people are in abroad, their families are in abroad. None of their family members will be, affected by this. That is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took a drastic step to say, it is upon me, I will protect my people with the last point of my blood. And he did innovate ESN. And the ESN, they are there doing the great work that they were assigned to do. Immediately when he invented the ESN, the enemy invented unknown gunmen. Are you paying attention? The enemy invented unknown gunmen so that they want to destroy the activities of the Eastern Security Network. So when they invented unknown gunmen, they want to, sabotage the good work of the ESN. The unknown gunmen started carrying out their activities, in so many ways. They started carrying out their activities in so many ways that a person who is daft, who is a person who does not have sense of reasoning, they will say it is ESN. It is ESN created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are going there raising police station because this is what they project you. They present to you what they want you to believe. And they will make it to look like a twin, to look so identical to the good job you are doing. In order to sabotage it, they bring their unknown gunmen on the street. Sometimes they will organize arrest. Just like what happened in Imo State. You saw it and you saw it happened. Just like what happened. If that thing never happened, none of you is going to believe all this cry that we are presenting to you, just the way they have kidnapped Uche Nwosu. If not thanks to our people, that they are always, they are always very fast, to understand, to discern what is going on. I am talking to our wise people, not those gullible people, which I am pitying them today. You will never believe that the government were indeed the culprit. You will not believe that they are indeed the culprit of what is been going on in the name of unknown gunmen. If they have succeeded just like they succeeded during the time of Chike Akunyalu's Dora Akunyalu's husband, late Dola Akunyalu's husband. If they succeeded, because a government will appoint someone to be in a position. Let me tell you the reason why, the actual reason behind the murder of Dora Akunyali. They tried to shoot her in so many occasions. She escaped. They now find a way. The same way, if you remember the way Bob Marley was killed, it is through what they called, maybe they call it cancer or something. They find a way to make sure that they take her out of the picture, because they would collect a bribe as a custom. They will collect a bribe when our people go to China to manufacture fake drugs, illicit medications. They go to China to manufacture it. They bring it to Nigeria. Custom will take their own cut. When they go to their superior, they give their superior their own cut. Their superior will go to their superior, will give them their own cut until it gets to the highest office. And they will bring those drugs, illicit drugs. They will start, selling those illicit drugs to our people who suffer from malaria, who suffer from typhoid, which is the most deadliest illness. One of the most deadly illness that America does not even want it to come to their, just like Europeans, because it kills even more like COVID. It kills more like COVID. It's just that so many of our people are immune because they were born into it. They are immune. Even since it is happening, no vaccine is manufactured because it is happening in the land of people who doesn't matter. Their life does not matter. So Dora Akunyelu came to fight illicit drugs, illicit goods, rated goods that may place the life of our people in danger. They find every possible means to eliminate her. They try to shoot her. Some of them say that she has this energy that bullet does not penetrate. Now they went ahead to make sure that they infected her with one illness to another, that she died. After she died, it does not make them, because she busted the bubbles. She blew the cover of many of them. When you are appointed in a leadership position in Nigeria under this structure laid up, empowered by neocolonialism, if you are appointed, you want to do good. There is two things that is waiting for you when you want to do good under the structure that Nigeria is going on. That is the reason why we call it the zoo. When you want to do good, either you are killed or either you are made ungovernable. If your work is a work that they cannot be able to make you ungovernable, they will kill you, just like they did Dora Akunyelu. And then after killing Dora Akunyelu, they still have that, that felt that threat of the good job of Dora Akunyelu did. And they went ahead to shoot the husband in the name of unknown gunmen, in the name of unknown gunmen, just to blame it on IPOB and ESN, without them knowing that the more they are doing, the more we are debunking every atrocities that they are doing. I want you to listen to this man who his situation exposed all these things, because he narrated his story fully here. He gave the narration of his story for you to understand. He's a politician also. He's a politician. Listen to him. Because those government led by, the man on the screen that has been changing every time he changed his teeth, is taller, his gap teeth is taller than the other one. Tomorrow it is the same size. So under his leadership, every atrocities is being committed in every state in Biafra land. Because if you do not do those things, you are not Fulani's friend. If you do not kill your people in order to sabotage what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, you are not Fulani's friend. That is the reason why they went on this mission without realizing that their cup is full. It is time for them, to be exposed. Let us listen to the mission where they went for.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to narrate exactly what happened on the 26th of December 2021. You all know very well that I buried my mom on the 22nd of December 2021. And on the 26th, we came for outing service. The church started around 11:30. While the church service was still going on, some
It is a politician.
military men were sighted outside, and I asked my PA, oh, maybe it's one of the VIP that came for the memorial, this church service of my mom. Then I asked them, please, if there is anybody that is outside, they should bring the person in if it is a VIP. Before they could come back, I saw masked police. I don't even know, masked policemen. I thought they, because there is no sign to show that they are police. More than.
And why are you calling them police? Because the problem of these politicians, they will always, find a way. You should start the story that they came as a non-gunman. Why are you saying mass police? Did they show you ID card? Did they show you anything? Why were you scared if it is mass police? When you are telling your story, tell your story as it is. But listen to him. He will eventually come clean.
Church premises, and they cocked their gun and say, "Oga, move, come out. We're looking for you." I say, "What is the problem? What have I done?" One of them came and hit my back and said, "If you don't stand up now," before I could even say, "What is the problem?" They went up to the altar and cocked their gun and pointed it at me.
Are you listening? Inside a church. Inside a church, have you ever heard in the north that these people go into the mosque when you say that there is no religious battle going on in Nigeria? Have you ever heard that police went to the mosque to arrest a politician in the north? Have you ever heard it ever since you became a Nigerian? There is no such. But they have the audacity to go into a church to traumatize children, traumatize pregnant women, to traumatize anybody. Those trauma, the government will not even go into take these people through a counseling process to make sure that that trauma never affected them. Because tomorrow, if you see people doing something wrong, you would not know that they were traumatized. And the government of Nigeria does not understand what trauma can cause to the life of a children and the life of a person. They do not understand it because they do not, govern the way they should be governing. There is no belief that they are in a zoo. They believe that this is a zoo. When you are placed as a king of the zoo, you swallow any animal that you will be able to swallow. Inside a church, cock a gun, people will pee in their pants. Some of the people will even shit themselves inside that church because of the trauma. Look at it. People who are suffering from high blood pressure, they might even have heart attack later without even people being able to know what happened to them. That is what is going on in the zoo.
What is the problem? One now dragged me up. I said, tell me what I've done. Before they started shooting. The church members, the parish priests, everybody was running helter-skelter inside church. They shot, and then dragged me like a criminal inside the church when church service was going on. Brought me out. When they brought me out, my orderly and my policeman was trying to find out from them, where are you people from? They were not telling us where they are from because all of them were in their fix. They were all masked. There is nothing to identify them.
Unknown gunmen.
Apart from,
they were masked because if they succeed killing you, it will sound as a result of unknown gunmen killed Uche Nwosu. No one will account for it. Hope Uzodinma will run out to say is a IPOP ESN. That is what Hope Uzodinma will. He was going to be the first to come out and say this syndicate, we will make sure we track them down to bring them to justice. That is what Hope Uzodinma was going to say.
Some of the vehicles that brought them were my boys and so many people identified that those vehicles came from government house, Imo State government house. So they dragged me, tore my clothes, beat me up, threw me inside one of the van that came with them, one white van that came with them, and asked me to lie on the floor of the van. And one of them used his leg, hit me, put his leg on top of me, and said I should keep quiet.
Even
He took
if
my
they are
picture
police
while
in a
inside the van
uniform,
and
are
sent it
they
to somebody
allowed to do
and say
those?
and spoke in Hausa,
If they are
Muntura picture
indeed
me.
police,
They
government
never knew that
tags.
I hear Hausa. So on the way at Njaba, they stopped. And one of them that also was wearing mask now asked me, Cockney is gone. I said, Oga, go down. I said, what have I done? He said, Oga, go down. For me, I thought I was going to be eliminated at that point at Njaba. He said, Oga, go down. Cockney is gone. I was telling him, please, what have I done? What have I done? He now pushed me outside and dragged. They didn't say anything. On the road, one of them that was in front received a call. I saw the call. The name on the phone
Executioners.
was Shaba.
These
Then
are
he told him in Hausa,
executioners. They were being
muna tare da shi
controlled.
karka damu, muna kan hanya, karka
Hausa
damu, mun
people.
kama shi karka damu
They
kawai.
will
Oga,
not go into
muna
the
tare,
mosque
that
to
means
do this.
we've caught him
But they
and
came
we're on
into
our
the
way.
church. When
So
America
at a point,
you
because I
moved
speak
so
Hausa, I
fast
decided to
remove
ask them,
Nigeria
Menai, what
as
did I do?
people
Why
who
people did this
intimidate
to me?
people through religion.
They now looked at me and they
Without
continued their journey.
conducting their investigation. This is what
They
one
took me
of
all the way
the
from
evidence
Owerri
to show
until we got
that
to
America is
Enugu.
doing injustice.
When we got closer to Enugu, they now
that cause.
stopped and asked me to remove
They
my
are
clothes.
doing
I
injustice
said,
to
why
that
should
cause.
I remove my clothes? He said, Oga, this thing we're doing is, this is work. And, you know how this work is. We are sent to do this. So you have to cooperate with us. So for me to save my life, I said, okay, what do you want me to do? They say I should remove my clothes. Before you know, they removed my clothes and said I should bring my hand. I brought my hand inside the vehicle. They now handcuffed me and then took picture of me. And then one of them send it to the same Shaba again and came back and said, Zamudoka video. That means let's do his video. Then I did the video of me and went back again and sent the same video to the same Shaba, who is the CSO, to the governor of Imo State. At this point, I said, why do you people want to humiliate me? What have I done to you people? You invited me, I would have come. What have I done?
I am going
when
to
we got
leave
to
it here. The reason why I played this video, I know that so many of you have come across this video. But whenever we are sending message, we present evidence so that you will understand. Even if it is an old video, we will bring you back to it for you to pick up from there and judge what we are telling you in the present situation. So they have planned to do anything that will sabotage Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that will give them that will give them a reason to prescribe for international community to prescribe, IPOB and their movement. And don't be surprised that Britain that you are calling on to come for the aid of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as their citizen, maybe they gave this advice, in order so that it will trigger your emotions, your emotions, that you will come and start doing things that will jeopardize the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is part of what they planned. That was part of the plans that they made. When they bring him home, you believe that he's going to die. They use some of the manipulating prophets to tell you they will kill him. They have planned it. I saw it. Without you knowing that some of these people are agents. Where are they today? What have they seen? What they have been seeing? Where is the result of it today? They saw him, you saw him, he was arrested. All these things that they're telling you they saw. They did not see anything. They're just planning to make your emotion to get the best of you. And some of these people propagating and trying to make you not to believe in the structure. Those people, they're actually one of those who will be pushing it for them to find a reason. For them to find a reason to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a place of no return. That was their plan. It was their plan for them to place Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to a place of no return. They are now blaming everybody that is doing good job, including the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Can you imagine that type of insult? You know, for you to understand that their plan is to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not come out, because their plan failed on arrival. They were not aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew that they were coming. He blew their cover and gave instruction. And because they did not know that instruction given, that is the reason why they are trying to find a way, to that he blew their cover to make sure that that they plan to kill him, they plan to execute him. Maybe you don't know that maybe they took him believing that he was not aware that they are coming. They took him trying to, believing that they will kill him. They don't know that he blew their cover on arrival. He blew their cover on arrival. For those of you who might say that I am talking rubbish, I tell you again, do you think, where is the phone of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his main phone? Did these people take it? The answer is no. The answer is no. So that is what happened, because the enemy is not getting a full information. Those who believe that they are, they will succeed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If something happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will be the leader of Biafra from nowhere. Those are the people who are propagating civil disobedience, even when DOS cancelled civil disobedience. Because they know that with civil disobedience, they will create an element of criminality that is going to be policing this civil disobedience. From there, our people will be killed. Our people will be slaughtered. This is right now that I am understanding that word autopilot. Autopilot means that if you are a criminal in Biafra land, bring it on. If you are a good person, bring it on. Whatever you are, bring it on. As long as people are feeling the spikes, as long as common men on the ground are dying, for these people, you believe you as a gullible person, you believe is a message to the government. It will be an evidence, to nail the leader of this movement. Because they want you to believe that when you say sit at home, it is said sit at home by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's followers and disciples. Therefore, these are the things where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up. Then they will bring their criminal element, which they are giving maybe $100. They give them $100 every month. They bring them, and because they already possess ammunition and guns, they bring them out to start. They say that they are policing sit at home. They are policing this. They are policing that. Which was the plan that the government was going to bring if you had, stopped the election. Try to stop the election by sitting at home. Many blood was going to flow. Many blood was going to flow. And the blame will go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When the blame goes to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remember, automatically it prolongs how long he is going to stay there. And when that blame goes to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remember, international community is watching. They will now see you as a terrorist organization. This is the plan of those people whom you believe that they are the ones who have action of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They might present the action, they don't present the wisdom. They present the action, but do they have the mandate or the wisdom? They do not, because they do not know that some of the action is to use, vocally, to send message to government. And when they send that message, they withdraw. But you send a message, you want to stay on it. You sent a message, you want to stay on it. That is the reason why when I came across this video, I say I must correct this narrative. I must correct this narrative. Let me show you that video. They will be doing that video, editing it, placing people, they always try to back it up with the words that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, which I used to, follow them to do. I used to follow them to do it, and it is part of the emotional, trying to emotional manipulate you. They want to manipulate you. When you hear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will do this at this social situation, you will start saying, no, these are the people, these are the right people following the footsteps of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But that is an opposite of what is needed in this time around. Let me show you this video.
Do you know when I say, I have always said that this decision, if it is coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he was not properly briefed. Do you know why I said that? I'm not going to tell you yet.
Why are you not going? Let me tell you the most important thing you should know. When I was promoting this, I was promoting it, but my spirit was telling me, how can the structure that led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be compromised? Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, in 1 century, you cannot manipulate it. How can this be possible? Those of you who follow me, you know that I've been promoting the same agenda. But when I began to listen to all this, do you know what I said? Do you know? I will tell you. I will tell you this. I have evidence. I have evidence where they have called me, asking me to belong to this group. I have evidence, and I waited for this evidence to be presented for people to stop being misled. This evidence did not come through, but they keep telling you, I will reserve my comment, I will reserve this evidence, I will do this. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he will judge it. Because they know that with what they are doing, you are believing them. And when you start working upon what they are doing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never come out. And when he does not come out, they present themselves to be the leader. And when they present themselves to be the leader, you will follow them blindly. Then they will come to say, without you knowing, that some of them, they are their state government who is sponsoring their activities. Their state government is sponsoring their activities. Because they know when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sit there, you are already listening to them. And when you are listening to them, they will stand to tell you, we are the leader. Maybe you will even forget at some point, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will forget his leadership towards this struggle. That when he comes out, when they stand up to challenge him, you will say to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are ungrateful. These people did everything they did for you. And at the end of the day, you are paying them to say that they are compromised. Do you see how the house is divided now? Do you see how the house will be divided? That is a plan. It is a plan of the enemy. The plan of the enemy is too manipulative, very convincing, And everything they are doing right now, it is because they keep promoting one thing: sit at home. Is it sit at home that is only the civil disobedience that these people know? Because they know that it is the structure who implemented the sit at home. When they carry it on, whatever that comes out of it, they will say is IPOP activities. They will say it is IPOB activities. That is the reason why they will keep telling you this. Listen.
Because I'm still waiting for them, for God to expose them. Then I will be coming out little by little. But I want to make Biafrans to understand that for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released, Biafra must do something by themselves. Released until further notice. I am being sincere with you.
That is a lie. That is a lie. Do you know why he is claiming that he is being sincere with you? because he does not know what is going on the ground. He does not receive information from legal counsel. He will tell you that there are incompetent legal counsels. And some of you will believe it, just like the caller who called me yesterday, even after my program. You called me, I tried to tell you this. What is going on? You want to make it as an argument. I don't engage in a blind argument. I do not engage into a blind argument, if you must understand. That is the reason why he will tell you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never come out. He does not know what is being done to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the reason why, as long as we are concerned and we have, we have our fact and figure at hand, we are able to investigate the same way we've been investigating and exposing the atrocities that is being done against our people by Nigeria government under the structure led by Britain. Now you believe that we are not able, we don't have the capability to investigate the household enemy. We left the household enemy for so long because he is household enemy. They will, they are the most dangerous enemy. And you will never ever recognize that this household enemy, that they exist, because they know your modus of operandi and they will use it, to manipulate you. That is the reason why he is telling you this message. Keep paying attention.
Consulted every consultable. If you believe in Kanu and allow this man to continue to control the legal team, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never ever be released.
He is indirectly telling you that the legal team is compromised. He does not want to say it because he believes that now, when he says it, then you will ask him, what is your plan? What have you put in place? Did you send a legal team? No, you did not. But he want you to kill your belief towards the legal team that has been there 2015, who did the same job. The same structure was there 2015. They did the same job. He wants you to disregard them because he see himself as the next in line to be the leader of this struggle, because the only thing this person wants, he is a politician, he is chasing after money. He just tried the fundraising. The fundraising, he saw how it works. He saw how he got rich overnight. Just for fundraising, he did few days. So he keep on pushing further to make sure that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to receive at the end of every good things that he has done for his people is to be called a terrorist. That he will now tell you he will bring the new dimension. Just because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you this person is bringing a new dimension, now he will tell you now that this is the new dimension. This is what made the initial one fail. So now we are going to do it this way. These people, they always have their plan in place, and they are, they are making sure that their plans is working by using the gullible people among the chosen ones. That is what they have been doing. If these people, their move can manipulate me for some times, there is no one who is not going to be manipulated. If their move could manipulate me, that when the media warriors, uncompromised media warrior, resolute media warriors, formidable media warriors, we are preaching against this formation, I did not pay attention until one day the same sentiment that he keeps making. He keep making this sentiment. I was following these things blindly without realizing that I have a link even to the person who is very, very close to the legal counsel, myself. Because I did not even try to think about anything, because they made me also to believe that legal counsel is compromised. If you see one of my video, maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago, you will see me even asking myself a question: is the legal counsel compromised? Are they holding you on ransom? I ask myself those questions because these people have a convincing approach. They have a convincing approach, and that approach is what they are using to hold many of our people on the ground now. That when you know this is a structure that is created by the person you claim you love, the person that you claim you are his disciple, this person that you claim that you will die for, this structure that is created by him, you keep ignoring them. Just because you believe they are quiet, you don't know the reason why they are quiet. You don't know them. This is a game of quiet we are playing now. This is a game of quietness. Because now, when they keep exposing the information, the enemy will now capitalize on it to know how to manipulate it. And the quietness of these people is killing the enemy. That is the reason why they run everywhere. Even right now that I am talking to you, they are here watching. They run everywhere believing that they will get, the information to keep their sabotage going, to make you believe that they are, to make you believe that they are informed. And the legal team now is no longer giving them information. Now they're telling you Kanu Kanu, a brother to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They claim that sold him out. How did you get your information that the brother sold him out? You saw in your spirit. A Delilah amongst them told them that he saw in their spirit. But you know the story of Samson, how Samson got, defiled by a woman. You know the story of Adam, how Adam, these are the things that happen in this world. When I am telling you these things, don't think that the story you hear in the Bible, they happen in the realm. They never happened in the realm. They happen when man is supernatural. That is the reason why some of them, they say it happened in heaven. Yes, when man was supernatural, the earth was seen as heaven. It was seen as heaven until man began to deviate from the initial plan of the energy, which is God who created them. That is the reason why you see man suffering today. You see man not able to discern that every parable of God and Satan happened in this world. They told you that Adam spent 7 hours in the kingdom, or in the heaven. He spent 7 hours in the kingdom. But that 7 hours, remember, it could be 700 years. Because the time when man is supernatural and the time now is not the same. Man is supernatural, man is immortal. So that is the reason why you will believe that when you shoot to the sky, you will see where all these angels are there, just because of what Christianity analyzed to you with your own thing. That is what you are believing. All those things are repeating. Even right now that I am talking about it, in this struggle, it is repeating itself. Enemy try to overthrow the good man, the good leader. And that is the formation of Nigeria. If you do good and a position where you are, you will be eliminated. You will be killed. That is the reason why keep paying attention as we debunk this, because I know many of you, when you hear this, you will believe, no, this is the only genuine man. He is only genuine one. We are envying him. We are jealous of him. Why should I be jealous of someone when I know that I am a good man more than him? What am I going to envy about him? I am better than these people you are calling a jealous. I'm jealous. I'm envying. You said I collected money. Okay, let's say I collected money. How much was that? And let's say those who are benefiting from the predicament that is happening to the struggle right now, the division, the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is a steady income. If I collected money, how much was that? How long will I eat it? And you compare it to those who are making money with the predicament of this struggle, and you compare and contrast and tell me who is going to be more formidable. So, in this situation, listen to it and listen carefully. For them to say they have respect for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his family lost their mother and their father in this struggle just because of trying to, be a voice of the voiceless, trying to be, the security to the insecure, trying to bring freedom to the captives. They lost their boyfriends out of the trauma of the same thing that they wanted to do to Sunday Igboho, killing 28 men and women in the compound. Why wouldn't the trauma kill the old people that are there? The same thing I'm telling you about what happened in church. Even if there is someone there, the trauma will kill. No one will give their news because you will not realize it was the trauma of what happened in church that killed them. And I know that is the same person. You open your mouth, that when you open it, you swallow your gari, and you avoid the bones, to say that the family member of these people sold their brother without presenting evidence. They told you, Delilah told you, I saw it. Chukwokikabiama showed me, because you use the name of Chukwokikabiama in vain. And that is the reason why the Bible say, don't take a false oath. You do not swear in vain. That is the context. You are using his name. I saw it. Chukwokikabiama showed me. Because you believe that they know that you believe when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sees things and say it happens. You believe that they are seeing as well as he is seeing. Only because someone tell you that Chukwokikabiama told her that the brother to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu betrayed him. You believe it. Are you not? I don't even know any adjective to qualify, your insubordination, your wickedness. I don't know what word I'm going to use that will be suiting to your ignorant. Let us pay attention.
Until further notice, it is you that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
It is not you.
With the people that are piloting the affair of the freedom of our leader, I will tell you today, he may never be free. When people of the goodwill, when people that are directed by the Spirit, that happens to find themselves in this freedom movement.
This is a manipulation. I tell you today, he may never be free, so that the structure will come out to relate to the enemy. This is what we are doing. We have consulted this person. We have consulted that person. This is what we are doing to get him released. So now they will know whom you've consulted. They now go and consult the same person. Because whoever that is backing you up, you might find out that it's Devil Mahi. You might even lose Odema is involved. That is what you don't understand. They will promise them, when you come home, since you are a politician, I will make you a local government chairman. You start your political career from there. It is plain to see. It is obvious to see. And they will never change their topic. Their ignorance will never let them to understand that we have caught you, we have busted your bubbles. Why don't you change your topic? Act like you are part of this. He will never, because he is ignorant and stupid into it as well. I want you to give me a minute. Let me change my network. We are going to continue.
Things are going. It is not gossip. It is something that needed to be done, because Biafra people need to understand that the release and the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hands. What I have come to do this evening is to let us to understand that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hands, not in the hand of the DOS, not in the hand.
Are you hearing it? Direct, not the freedom is in the hands of some criminal element. Are you paying attention to what I told you initially? That autopilot simply means if you are a criminal, you should go and start killing anybody who talks against them. You know, if you are a criminal, you go and start bringing your criminal profession into it. That is autopilot you are hearing. That is the reason why he is telling you that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand. Which hand? Is it in the hands of the ignorant people that are listening to you, Mr. Man? Is it in the hands of the ignorant people that are listening to you? Or in the hands of the tags that are listening to you? I saw a post that is making round on social media that someone talked about you in Oka. Someone spoke about you in Oka, against you in Oka, and they start beating up that person. Are you paying attention? This is the momentum that they want to be gaining because of Mazi is incarcerated. This is how they want to be gaining their momentum. That when you speak against them, people will see that his tax is not only on social media. Their tax is not only on social media. Their tags. I am losing network. I am losing signal. Okay, you will know that their tags is not only operating in the media. Those tags that when you are saying something that will help this struggle to proceed, they will come there and be telling you DOS is a sellout. DOS is this, DOS is that. Some tags are even gunmen. They are even gunmen because they are being sponsored by the government. You know, that is one thing you must understand. They have that initiative to create Idu Radio, have that initiative to create Idu TV. Just the way that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created his own structure, they will want to start creating it, one after another, slowly but surely. By the time you will realize it, you have funded, let me speak it in a tongue that you will understand. You have funded with your money, direct or indirect, into the anti-Biafra struggle or anti-Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are some honorable men that so many of you will come and say, why are we not attacking these people? They are talking against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra struggle. People like Udene. At least he is honorable enough to show us where he belonged. That he belonged to the zoo. But those who want to come into with manipulation, the most dangerous enemy, the most dangerous amongst them, the household enemy. Those are the reason why we are conducting our investigation every left, right, and center to make sure that we debunk everything they have showed you that is shining, that to make you believe that they are comfortable, therefore they will never ever be compromised. They are comfortable before the struggle, so it doesn't matter if you give them $1,000 as a donation. It doesn't matter if you give them $2,000 as a star or as a super charge. It does not matter. It is not going to tickle them. But you are forgetting that crowdfunding make people to drive private jet in the name of church. That is what you are forgetting. You don't understand the power of crowdfunding. Plus the one they are gaining, shifting the allocation that's supposed to be going into Radio Biafra into themselves. You said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is aware of the platform they are creating, but they told you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he must go behind the mic of Radio Biafra. Are you listening to yourself? Are you paying attention to yourself to know that you are ignorant and you want to live and die in ignorance? You tell us that the platform they built, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was aware of it. He was aware of it. Yes, let's just play a devil advocate here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was aware of the platform that they were creating. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was aware of the platform they were creating, why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not give the order? Start broadcasting from that platform you have built. Start broadcasting from it. But rather, he gave an order to say, go to Radio Biafra. Go to Radio Biafra. This is a place. These are the things that you need to you need to make sure that you do plus and minus. You need to compare. You need to contrast. You do plus and minus to understand that all these things that is being fed, that you are being fed on, they're feeding you with lies, propaganda. I have this information. I will only present it when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out. What you are doing is jeopardizing the work that people on the ground might be doing to, bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. You are jeopardizing it. You are helping Hope Uzodinma and Dave Umahi to kill our people by making some of our men that are in the bush fighting for freedom, fighting terrorists against your people. Because he's your family member, you call them, I want you to rebel. If you rebel, you must rebel and take some of your people, feed them this lie, give them this money, rebel against what you are doing. You are going to be rewarded handsomely. And you believe they will tell you they are ESN, they will tell you they are Dragon, you will believe them. Ignorantly, you will believe them. And you are forgetting that it is not how it works, that all that glitters will never be a gold. Let's keep listening to them, because as they talk, we will have more message for them.
Of the counter who never wants his brother to make it alive.
Why would Kanu Takano not want Nnamdi Kanu? Is there anything? Is Kanu Takano the head of the Directorate of State? I'm losing signal. Is Kanu Takano, let me reduce my voice, maybe it will enable me. Is Kanu Takano the head of Directorate of State? Is Kanu Takano making a fundraising? Is Kanu Takano a treasurer? Is Kanu Takano in finance of IPOB? Is Kanu Takano, what is it that you will say that will benefit Kanu Takano as you are making your claim? What is going to benefit him as you are making your claim that he does not want his brother to be released? What is going to be his benefit? Blood is thicker than water. That is what you must know. If Kanu Takano was the cousin, or if Kanu Takano was just relatives, at least when you are talking about it, it will make sense. I know that so many of you might argue that people use their parents for money ritual, but this is not in this context. And ever since you started hearing that story, you have never seen it where it happened. So many of you will be hearing it as a story. So that is the reason why you need to ask this guy a very, very critical question. Who is benefiting when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there? And who is still benefiting, when there is a propaganda going on in IPOB finance? And who is going to who is pushing to be the leader of this struggle in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is it Kanu Takano? Or is it them that even already made an addendum to the name of name of this movement registered by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They already made an ad in them, registered their own. Everything that are, making it to be twin. As you will be thinking that are working for you, the fund that you're supposed to be directing to the struggle, which is working for you. You never ask these people who pays the legal counsel, who pays the legal work for the legal work being done on the ground, who pays the security operatives that are protecting our bushes. You never ask them, but you keep donating money to them. You keep giving them money because they are against the structure created by the man you claim you love. That's to show how people are. Ikukuko afiko okuko. When wind blows, you will see the bum of a chicken because now the wind is blowing. You're supposed to be seeing the bum of the chicken, but you left to see the bum. You are looking for something else. Let us listen and pay attention.
And every indication has suggested that Kanu never wanted his brother to make it alive in Kenya. So the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand, and in the hand of the legal team who have been following this case with everything in them. As a matter of fact, the legal team is being controlled by Kanu. He said it himself. He said he is in charge of the legal team. So if you say that I am attacking the US, tell them to repent. if that is possible. If you say I am attacking Kanu, tell them to stop. Tell him to repent and do something that will help his brother. Then I will stop attacking, not even attacking, I will stop addressing them. Tell them to repent. And
repent from what? Repent from what? Tell them to repent. Repent from what? What is it that they must repent from? Is it repent because they are not giving you information of the work they are doing on the ground? Or is it because you claim you speak to Finland president, you speak to United Nations, you present to them and tell them you are a lawyer, when you are not even, you cannot even stand and bail someone from you're not even a charge and bail? Is it that you made a Photoshop showing people you are a soldier, that they start telling you, calling you ESN, to the extent you say your name is ESN also? Is it what is exactly that is the problem? Who is the one who is looking for relevance now? Who is that? That is the way people need to wake up very, very consciously. You need to wake up because this is the time of awakening. This is the time of awakening, the fourth generation, the forgiven generation. If you miss it this time, you will never get the opportunity again. You will never get the opportunity again if you miss it this time. But when we tell you this, give you a data to back it up, all you do, your ignorance will always overshadow you. Truth is always not good to listen. It's it spikes you. You feel the spikes of the truth because it comes with a spirit. When it comes to you, it will say, how can this be true? Then you hear action, 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 because you believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is action man. Yeah, this is where we belong. Without using your diplomacy, common sense, number 6 that God gave to you to understand who stand to gain, who stand to lose, who will be answerable to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is it not those who he placed under structure? He will be able to charge them to court. He will be able to expel them. But these people who are outside the structure, what is the charges you are going to lay against them? Highest you lay theft under false pretense or fraud under false pretense. Exploiting you under false pretense. They are exploiting you with the face of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and with the action they believe that it is of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are doing that, and you believe this is what is right. It is not what is right. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave information to get these people behind the mic of Radio Biafra. They turned it down. The same people whom they are claiming that those people are compromised, are being controlled by Kanu Takanu, they are the same people who relayed that information. But today, just because those people, they have discovered the direction where these people are going, they stop giving them information. They're now telling you that those people, they are not genuine. They are not this, they are not that. And you keep buying the story. It makes you the most vulnerable amongst all. It makes you the most vulnerable amongst all. When they see that this one is not working, they will use their wings to bring ethnicity division. They will use their wings to bring ethnicity division. And they will tell you the problem of Biafra is Igbo man. Igbo man is the problem of Biafra. Igbo man is the reason why it looks like Igbo man is the problem of Biafra, because Igbo people are the ones who present themselves to take the bullet. That is the reason why it looks like it is Igbo people. It is not the truth. Let the people who so-call themselves coastal region, who are even part of the Igbos that they are calling let them present themselves in the forefront and tell us who compromised. So when they begin to bring ethnicity nonsense, I want you to kill it on arrival and know that this ethnicity, what division was what they did, so that you. I'm losing signal again. I am losing signal again. Let me optimize the network for 1 second. You will be believing that these are the good people, but when you sit at home, those people who are telling you that that the Igbo people are the problem, they don't sit at home. The way it is affecting me the most is that these people who are telling you Igbo man is the sabotage, is the one sabotaging. There is something that they call them in Igbo land. Okamana na abolabo. Okamana na abolabo. And if you start proving yourself to be chameleon in a struggle like this, it will not be in favor of you. You better be, whether they call you coastal region, they call you Niger Delta, what this is. All of you are Igbo. All of you are Eastern region, divided after they have seen the power that you have presented together to fight. They divided you. That was the command that Britain gave to go on. Divide these people. Divide them, because if you are not able to divide them, you will never be able to rule them. Because when you say Igbo man is your problem, it means that you are calling yourself as well that you are the problem, because you are Igbo. You are Igbo. You have the same parents. Regardless of them giving you a new dialect of speaking, and in your dialect you will know that there is some Igbo element speaking inside there. There is some Igbo language. There is Igbo language present in your dialect. You can never separate yourself away from it. There is Igbo dialect inside it. And you are telling me Igbo man is this, Igbo man did that. Ethnicity division. Stop bringing it, because it will be dead on arrival. Ethnicity division. People who are, who have more number into something, that is where the sabotage must come from. Let's challenge ourselves. Since Igbo man is sabotaging everything that is being done at any time, let your people come forward. Let those people you believe that they are not sabotaging, let them come forward. We want to see them in the forefront. We want them, to take part in everything that we are doing, so that when this thing, when there is, you will have no one to blame. It will make you not to have the opportunity to blame anybody. But if they refuse to come forward, believe you me, you will always have a reason to blame someone. You will always have a reason to blame someone. I heard someone saying yesterday that Ojukwu compromised. Ojukwu compromised. How did Ojukwu compromise? Do you want the people, do you want Biafran children to be wiped off? There was, kwashoko going on. There was, they infected us with the, a disease, kwashoko going on. It was not only fighting with guns and everything. Our people was falling sick. The children with big stomach, stem body, that is that they were killing us everywhere, because the British is involved. Russia started supporting them at some point. Egypt started supporting them at some point. Egypt started piloting for them at some point. It is only Biafra standing, and they did what they did with some of the weapons they manufactured. Because you will still find supernatural people which the power of neocolonialism never destroyed their minds. They were still there alive. That was the reason why we were able to sustain until that point. Ojukwu gave up because he knows that if he continue, their plan is to eliminate your generation, to wipe you off the face of the earth, the children of God, that your name will not be remembered anymore. As David cried in the book of Psalm 83, they want to take you off from the generation of this earth. But you say Ojukwu got compromised. Ojukwu got compromised. Why would you say that? But when people from those so-called coastal region, when they saw Nigerian military, they were dancing and say we are not in support. We are not in support. You must go through your history as well before you point fingers at people. They were dancing for Nigerian military because they are leaving. They are no longer killing them. They say they are not in support. They are not in support. You must ask question of what happened. Ethnicity division. Don't let it get into you. Do not allow ethnicity division get into you. Ojukwu never sabotage. Ojukwu gave it up because he want to save you. He knows that he who fight and run away live to fight for another day. You did not realize that proverb before you start saying Ojukwu sabotage. No, so many of you, ignorantly, whatever that comes into your mouth, you rant it out. You just start ranting. You don't go through the history to understand what history says. And I'm not talking about history of archaeology or anthropology. I am talking about the history of our people. Let's continue listening to the manipulative words.
The order and instruction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which he gave in the beginning, because that instruction and narrative were all spiritual. I said what? Spiritual. You see, I want you to understand one thing. Today I have come to address Kanu from his utterances and what he said, which is actually truth and fact. I am also going to prove to you that not only that he hijacked the legal team, control whatever happens there. That is the reason why you see all these things happening. They have also control, of course, the DOS, like you all know. If they are upright, if they were upright in whatever they do, they can never allow Kanunta to control them. But today, because of the criminality in them, they dance to the tone, including those.
He is telling you that the DOS is being controlled. He is telling you that the DOS is being controlled by Kanu, which is a blatant lie. You heard, I don't want to go back to the interview because it is going to take much of our time. the Sabbath day is coming to an end, so we need to I need to go to do one or two things that I need to do before the day goes out. So the under oath, Kanu Kanu said to the whole world, he will never disobey DOS. Rather, that if he saw that somebody in the DOS is misbehaving, he will call them privately to tell them, you are misbehaving, change from your ways. That was his word. And I am taking it, I'm narrating, I am relaying his message, which is still on the public domain. If you go to the interview conducted by Ikenga to Kanu Kanu under oath, because I know that so many of you, when we talk about oath, you are scared because you know oath kills criminals. Oath kills criminals. He said he does not interfere in the things of the DOS. But now you want to quote him out of context, just like you do everything that you hear. You quote them out of context. The only thing that makes me different from me and makes you different from me is that when you follow people, you don't pick up a message from them. You do not try to pick up a message from them. You only pick up gossips. You only pick up the things that you believe that it pleases your mind. That is what you just want to be there. I am listening. As so many of you are here paying attention, you thinking that they are paying attention. They are not paying attention. They are just here, to see where this guy is going to, make a mistake, that they will use it to say everything I am doing here is wrong. Instead of pay attention. If you pay very close attention, you will even discover, and when you will realize that that person who talked yesterday made a mistake, is when you saw something that is happening. When you see them being compromised, you will now realize he made mention this. Now let me go back and investigate this mistake he made. That is how things work. Don't try to grab and run. Don't grab and run. Pay attention. When you pay attention, you learn. Our people, when you pay attention, you learn.
Those who are living on stipend. So is anybody, any one of them from the DOS collecting what is called stipend? That is what we have to investigate. And I leave it for some of people who have the time to investigate what is called the stipend. Is anybody collecting stipend? And why are they collecting stipend, if anything like that exists? For those of you who have accused me and say my oath is fake, you say I took oath from through the phone, so you have to go to your unit and take oath. I want you challenge today. Go and ask Chika Edosiam, well, how did he take his oath? I want you to go and ask all the people that Chika Edosiam administered oath in the first place. Did they take oath over the phone or not? Everybody took oath over the phone. And the people shouting today don't know this.
When it comes to the issue of oath taking, you must understand that he wants to use this oath, to start manipulating you, because you do not know how the difference between oath of office and a general oath as a member. You do not understand the difference between oath of office. Before this man that is a leader of Nigeria, or before Goodluck Jonathan become the leader of Nigeria, before he become a leader of PDP, there must be an oath that he is going to take before he will be brought into PDP. There must be an oath that he's going to take. Inside that oath, maybe, okay, now when they now presented to be the presidency, they are presented to be the leader of PDP that is going to run for presidency. Do you know when they win the election, they are still going to take the oath of office? Because so many of you does not understand the meaning of oath of office. Different between general oath and the oath of office. The oath of office which he refused to take, for you to know that the oath of office he refused to take, he does not want to, champion what you are doing. He want to go to that office to use that office to sabotage what you are doing. That is the reason why he refused the oath of office. But he's coming here to tell you that ask Chike Doziem how he took an oath. How will you ask Chike Doziem how he took his oath? How will you actually, even if he lied to you, you don't know, because himself, he does not know. He does not know. You need to tell someone to ask a question of something you are aware of. You must tell someone to ask a question of when they get their answer, you now confirm it to them. But you cannot even give a confirmation of what you are telling them to go and inquire. You don't have a confirmation to it. There is difference between oath of office, and there is difference between general oath as an IPOB member. If you are not aware, you must be aware of it now. The difference is clear. Oath of office and the general oath of being an IPOB member. So you are coming here to twist the story of what we are saying that you did. You cannot twist the story. You are not more intelligent than IPOB. You are not more intelligent than the people who are in the structure. So you can only deceive many who saw your shine and the sword and all these things behind you. You can only deceive them because they believe in you. They saw your shine. Those are the generation that saw mirror and got carried away during the time of colonialism. Because their generation keeps summing up. Their generation keep coming up. You believe that it is finished. You believe that it is dead and gone. When you commit a crime in this life, when you die, you will come back to pay for your crime. You don't understand what he says. What goes around comes around. That is the reason why so many of you under Christianity, they destroy what is called reincarnation. Because the hellfire you are going to face is on this earth. You will come back to face your crime. You will come back to face your crime. This message is not message for those who live and dine and call themselves, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in oath. I don't believe it. These are the message for the people who are willing to get, for their consciousness to wake up. This is a message for particular set of people. Let me finalize what you said and take some comments, because I see some those people whom they use their brain for yam porridge is back here to start commenting, and I am going to address your ignorance accordingly.
Do you know that Chike Dosiamu, the head of Directorate of State, took his oath over the phone, and he also administered principal officers' oath over the phone? And some of you that claim you have joined IPOB, or somebody say he took oath over the phone. Some of you who claim you have joined IPOB and you started with Mazi and Kanu, are you aware that the head of Directorate of State administered people oath over the phone? Do you know that? Do you know that the first set of people?
Let me address this one as well, because he will confuse those gullible again. He will confuse those gullible again. The reason why I am addressing it again is because whether you take this oath over the phone or not, whether you take it over the phone, if you are taking an oath for a particular purpose, whether you take it over the phone, it is like coming live on the media. You take an oath that whatever you are going to say here, it will be nothing but the truth. Is it not like over the phone? Is it not like over the phone? So put that phone way away, which you don't even know whether they took it over the phone. You have never met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu one-on-one. You know, you just met him because you interviewed him. Now you are saying you are talking about people who met him one-on-one, that they took their oath over the phone. Stop deceiving people. Stop deceiving people, for goodness sake. You know, you deceived me for some weeks. And I realized, and because I followed you, that is the reason why I am able to catch up with your lies in full. You know, I am not here to insult anybody who caught up in your lie. You know, I am here to educate them. That is the reason why I always leave my comment section on, because I was there where they were before. Continue.
Who took oath, all took the oath over the phone. Because when I talk truth, I don't take Osoji. I am holding something more powerful than Osoji. Having said this, I have come to address the impunity and unmasking of Kanu Takano. It is the only thing that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If Biafrans continue to believe that those who decided to send Mazi...
What are you holding? What are you holding that is more powerful than Osoji? A statue or a staff that you bought in Finland? Is it what you are holding that is more significant than Osoji? What is that you are holding that is more significant? So when you start lying to people, don't lie to people with the shiny that is around you. Tomorrow you will hold a sword, which I know that I don't know if you are doing kung fu. You know, you will hold a sword and tell people this is a sword, is a dragon, I represent ESN. You know, you don't say you are holding anything that is more powerful than Osoji. You know, what you need to answer to people. Why did you refuse to sign the code of conduct? You lie to people to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew about your platform that you are creating to use to counter what he laid on the ground. Now, the question you need to answer: why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know about your platform and send you to broadcast in Radio Biafra? Those are fulefus who are coming to say he knows about your platform. Why did he say you must go to Radio Biafra, leaving the platform behind? And now you came, the code of conduct stays the same. You broadcast on Radio Biafra. You must hand over your platform so that when you are going out of proportion, you will not go there to use your platform to deceive people. This is what is going on, and this is not what is going on. That is code of conduct. And I am not against you that you didn't hand over your platform. It is up to you. It is obligational. If you want to hand it over, that is the reason why code of conduct is there. For you to sign or not, accept the terms and conditions or not. But now you coming to play victim all the time is what is pissing me off. You know?
Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. When you have knowledge of his kidnap and he did nothing, you rather ask someone who told you to not tell anybody. You have sold the person. If you don't know what he's selling. Selling doesn't mean you collected money and betray him. Selling means that you have an opportunity to betray him and you betrayed him. And that's exactly what Kanu Takano have done. And the time has come for us to address him. If you do not address...
That is to show you that he told them not to tell anybody, because they do not want your emotion to get the best of you. They do not want your emotion to get the best of you. You know, if you had shown people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in this and that, and they start raising alarm in Kenya, you must know that there are agents of Al-Shabaab. You must know. There are many agents of Al-Shabaab there. You must understand. You know, you want to bring our people out to get exposed to one danger or nothing, when already you know that the people who took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already identified because he blew their cover. He blew their cover. That's why they come to tell you government security officials, because he blew their cover. The same way they took Unchonwosu, when they blew their cover, they tell you security operatives. You don't use your tongue to count your teeth. What you don't know is bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger than you. It is also above you. What you do not know is above you.
Him and the Biafra people take it upon themselves for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That Kanu have sold his brother, and he will do everything to sabotage anybody that is going to make him release.
It's legal things, and I didn't do that. You see how they are trying to be gullible? They know. They were accusing DOS. It's not DOS that is in charge, it's me that is in charge.
Did you hear that? He said they know that when they were accusing DOS, that DOS is not in charge, that he is in charge. And of course,
and I will explain to you what this thing mean. Okay, now you blame Kanu Takano that he is the one who sold his brother. Now you have seen that you believe that the structure is something you can just come and manipulate. And now you tried, the structure now resisted you jealously. They resisted you. Now you are now coming to, now for you to answer, why do you blame Kanu Takano? Now today you are blaming DOS. Now because your cover is being blown, now you are saying that Kanu Takano is now controlling DOS. Are you seeing the propaganda, the way it is flying? When you want to catch him there, he goes there. Whether you are a chameleon, if you are a chameleon, you come to Biafra struggle. If you are a chameleon, if it is the atmosphere that makes you change, that makes you to be changing, we will remove the atmosphere and we place a light on you. If it is atmosphere that makes you change, we'll place a light on you for people to see you for what you are. Now you saying the DOS is being controlled by Kanu Takano. You playing this voice. Now you did not play well the voice of Kanu Takano. Say he will not challenge in DOS because he believes in DOS. That if any individual in DOS makes mistake, he will call them and he will tell them that you have made a mistake. Put it how it is.
I know. That is why I have always said, what you don't know is bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger than you. He said they know that he is in charge, not the DOS. But I have been shouting it. Some people are attacking me. Today you see them no more. I have been telling you that DOS is being hijacked and they have nothing. They are all criminals and all that. Because of their criminality, they could not stand this small boy called Kanu Takano. Because of their criminality.
On what context? On what context did he say so? On what context did he say so? You say DOS was criminal, but Kanu Takano was the one who knows that his brother was missing. On what context? DOS is a criminal, but the brother was the one who know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was missing. Before the DOS. So when you are giving this your lying analysis, your fraudulent analysis, you must present your cause because you do not have one. Present your case that is arguable. Because you do not have any argument here. You don't, Mr. Lawyer. You don't have any argument here. Because this is a pure, a pure evidence to show that you and you say that you are a lawyer, you are this. It is a fraud. Because you are not even presenting your argument as someone who ever worked in a legal field. You are immigration agents. Those who are taking money from people and making for them, being agent and giving them papers in Finland. That is what you are. So you are actually showing exactly what it is. If you doubt me, go and do your investigation. You are a military conscript. You come to present where you are wearing a uniform with a gun, believing that it will trip people, and which it did. That's why they want you to become ESM leader. And that is the reason why you want to start bringing people to sit at home, and you will find a way to bring people on the ground to start enforcing it, because you know that people does not listen to you. People does not listen to you because they know you are a fraud. You must understand that every atrocities that you are bringing now is either you change now or it will swallow you. But I will be happy for you to change. I will be very, very happy for you to change from it. Desist from it, apologize and say you are sorry. Just like I did. And we move on. Because if we move on together, we move on better. But if you do not, I will keep exposing you word to word, action to action. I will keep exposing you. If it is the only thing I am going to do in this struggle before, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, or after Mazi Nnamdi, I will make sure that I achieve to make our people to be aware of what you are doing. Baby, I'm broadcasting from home. That's why you will hear some background noise.
If they are upright, they will never allow this guy to hijack the legal team. But some of you who claim to be IPOB members, you have been shouting, oh, the DOS is in charge of legal team. DOS is in charge of ESN. DOS is in charge of this and charge of that, because you know nothing. I don't do follow. Brave people have joined this struggle, and I happen to be one of them. People with brain. I am a definition of Igbo man. Okay? And I am very proud of it. I am a definition of Igbo man. That Igbo man I am singing Igbo Nweheze. I am the definition of Igbo man. Let me tell you. If I had come earlier to tell you that it is Kanu that was controlling the DOS, will you believe me? You will not. But he knows that we know. Let me play it again, because you don't know. Let me play it again.
That he should be brought into.
I just wanted to keep this thing running, but the more I hear him, the more I see where he is going in order to make you compromise. He want to bring you to say that, that Kanu is making this a family business. He want to bring it. Kanu, it is his brother that is in there. It is his brother outside this struggle. His brother is there. He has the right. He has the right to be in the forefront of whatever that is going on there. Even he can even buy a lawyer outside the one we have, if you believe that he does not trust the one going there. So because it is his brother, you cannot deprive a brother from looking out there for his own brother. You are telling me that Kanu. You want people to now start saying, those gullible to say that they are making this struggle a family business. You are actually exposing yourself, because you want Kanu's family to move away from this struggle, that you and your Delilah will start romancing people. You want to remove Kanu's family from this struggle. That is exactly what you want. You want to remove Kanu's family, but you do not know that do you remember what I said yesterday? That in Africa, we practice leadership by mentorship. Mantle, when it falls on you, it falls on you. You have watched so many Nollywood that that is exactly what we were. Leadership by mentorship. It is not by democracy or by voting. God chose for himself who will govern his people. God chose Mazi Kanu's family. God chose someone from Kanu's family. And now you want to find every possible means to remove Kanu's family. Now, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there, you believe that the brain is still on Kanu Takano. That is what your belief. You believe that mandate, maybe it will shift from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to his brother. Now you are fighting for the people to believe that this is a family business. Therefore, now, because a lot of people who have mind of criminality will say this is not a family business. A lot of people who have mind of criminality, that you will say that they are making it a family business after listening to you. But we move, when you walk too fast, our eyes move so fast to to understand where you are walking to, and we follow you.
It's legal things, and I didn't do that. You see how they are trying to be gullible? They know. They were accusing DOS. It's not DOS that is in charge, it's me that is in charge.
Okay.
It's legal things, and I didn't do that. You see how they are trying to be gullible? They know. They were accusing DOS. It's not DOS that is in charge, it's me that is in charge. It's legal things, and I didn't do that. You see how they are trying to be gullible? They know. They were accusing DOS. It's not DOS that is in charge, it's me that is in charge.
You see, he said when we were accusing the DOS that they knew that it was not DOS that is in charge, that he, Kanu, is in charge. You see, I can't see how Bago Hono, when I was shouting that the DOS is making this thing, they don't want our leader to come out. You people don't understand what I'm talking about. Right? So where are you today? Those who are protecting the structure. Nobody is fighting structure of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Never. I can never fight the structure. But I can't allow criminality to lead me. So he has come to tell you that when we were shouting.
Okay, now he told you that Kanu Takano said you are accusing DOS without, bringing that part where he didn't bring the full voice, that where he said you are accusing DOS, even when he is the one in charge of what is going on, that you are accusing DOS, even though when he is the one in charge of what is going on. But he didn't tell you what he is in charge. He did not allow you to hear exactly what is that thing that he's in charge of. That is exactly what is going on here. You are accusing DOS that they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was the first thing, that they heard this thing that they did not report. But now you are not aware that Kanu Takano was the one who had the information, and you are accusing DOS. He has the right to have the information. It is his brother. His brother, he has the right to have the information without, telling the DOS, because family comes first. You must understand that. So he mustn't allow this guy to quote him out of context.
That we know that DOS is not in charge. Now, do you see why what you don't know is bigger than you? I decided to keep quiet. Kanu Takano sold his brother indirectly. why he sold his brother. He knew that his brother was abducted in Kenya, and
You know, he is now telling you that Kanu sold his brother indirectly without telling you now, okay, now, because we have been debunking their lies and the Delilah's lies and claim that Kanu sold his brother, that his God or his whatever showed him that Kanu. Now we have debunked it and make you to come out of that lies. Now he is now coming to tell you Kanu sold his brother indirectly. Now, at least now you will, at the end of the day, you will come back to the truth, which you know the truth, but you just want to mislead people. You don't want to tell people that the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family, you are envious of them. You are envying the Kanu's family. You know, that is what you are doing. Now you are telling us that he indirectly. Now you said it indirectly. He sold his brother.
The person that told him that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had problem, he turned around to tell the person to conceal it, not to tell anybody. And the DOS invited him. The DOS invited him to ask him question. Where is your brother? He said he's in the mountain praying. At the same time, they tweeted using our leader's account.
Yes.
So if that is not selling his brother, I wonder what else is selling his brother. Now, this man know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had a problem, and if he had raised a
let me, I don't want to, the thing there is that what you don't know is bigger than you. What you do not know is bigger than you. You are pushing it, but you cannot get that answer you want. You are pushing it, you cannot get that answer you want. I believe I have answered this part yesterday, and I cannot continue to expose our secret to the enemy. That is what I have to say to you in this part. If you believe that you're seeking the truth, come to my inbox. And before you come to my inbox, you must take an oath before I tell you the truth that I know with regards. So we must continue.
lamb, there is no way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in Nigeria today. Biafrans would have besieged Kenya. All of us would have traveled to Kenya. At least if the thousands and thousands of Biafrans in Kenya and other African countries, or people who are sympathetic to Biafra from every other country, did not besiege Kenya to demand the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we in Europe would have done that. So this guy,
you will travel to Kenya out of ignorance. That was the ignorant of and the emotion that they tried to stop. Your ignorance and your emotion, they tried to stop. That is why they didn't tell you. That is why they hid it. Because is a person who is wearing a shoe that nowhere it pinches them. You are not part of the people wearing the shoe. You do not know where it pinches you. You don't know where this shoe pinches. That is the reason why you are, ignorantly keep making your claims. Like I told you, if you want to understand it, you will consult me.
jeopardized the life and safety of our leader by concealing it for complete 8 days. and only for Nigerian government to come and announce that a leader of indigenous people of Biafra, a whole Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been captured, and it was like a film. Nobody could believe it. So this man's real. If this is not selling out, then you are not a human being. So this is the reason why I can claim today that he sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because that particular decision alone made him a suspect. Now, after the person made this kind of decision,
okay, outside the struggle, let us leave sentiment now. Outside the struggle, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not his brother? Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is his brother. So you don't even need to interfere. You don't even need to be bringing this thing up. If indeed he sold his brother, it is not your business. This is a family business. This is a family business. That is the only thing I will tell you here now. Outside the struggle, I know that you are part of those who want to go into somewhere to reap where you did not sow. That is the reason why you don't want to follow the process given to you by that person. You expect others not to follow a command given to them. You will expect other people not to follow a command given to them. And you want to, you are just those who want to do what you want without following, without being under anybody. That is what you are doing. And that is how far I will explain it in this regard.
That has put the entire nation in disarray. He is now telling you he's in charge of people trying to release him. How does that make you now trust a person who has made a very, very bad decision that led to our leader being extraordinary addition to Nigeria? How do you think that such person can make a decision to move to even try to release our leader? If something happened to Sunday Igboho, if not because of the alarm the Yoruba people raised, Sunday Igboho will be in Nigeria today. And Sunday Igboho, we don't know whether he has problem with Benin Republic. Our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu own is that he has no crime. He has not committed any crime in Kenya. So if that alarm was raised, Kenyan government, which claimed they don't have knowledge, they would have gone to work. Everywhere would have been running helter-skelter to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. By now, he would have gone back to London with his...
Okay, now, the same thing you claim happened to Sunday Igboho. The same thing happened to Sunday Igboho. Can I ask you a question? Is Sunday Igboho back to Nigeria? I am happy, that is the reason why I brought that news to show you the news that they are making plan to repatriate Sunday Igboho back to Nigeria now. You said the same thing, that his people rose alarm. What did that alarm do to Sunday Igboho? Do for him? That he is there now. That alarm, is he not, when they raise it, what did he do for him? He is in detention in Benin Republic. You do know how their holding cells is. Do you know the condition of their holding cells there? He is there. So what is the difference? Is Sunday Igboho out? Is he out of the detention? Rather, he is in detention of unknown place. At least we know where the leader of this movement is. We know where he is. Average people who follow this struggle know where he is. And people can go there. Even if you are not allowed access to the building, you can go and look at the building. And you say to yourself, my leader is here. How many of those in Nigeria will be able to go to say where Sunday Igboho is? So when you talk, you must compare and contrast. Everything is not coming out to leak your security information on the social media, because that is what you are looking for, so that you capitalize on it and start talking rubbish. Let me take your comment because I'm running late. I am running late. Let me take the comments of some of these people. Is it? I took the wrong one. This is from YouTube. Carry on with your good work, bro. Prince Last Kingdom. Prince Last Kingdom, I see you and I hail you. I know you've been following this page. You are one of the formidable, people who listen to the gospel that is coming out of this page. You are one of the formidable ones, and I acknowledge you for that. And that is the reason why you are also following the truth today, because you pay attention. Samson Hope. God bless you watching Eke. No mind them. Thank you for your wisdom. Samson watching Eke. Thank you for your wisdom. I acknowledge you. Chinedu Adozie, please, when you're talking, show your face, okay? If you want to see my face, go to the previous videos that I have made. Then you will see my face, okay? If you want to see my face, you go to my page, watch the previous ones I have made. You will see my face. Okay, those are the things that you people are using to manipulate people, but it is not going to work. If you want to see my face, go to the previous video. Then you will see my face. When I don't feel like showing my face, all you need is the message, not my face. You take the message, leave the face behind. I don't know what this one is trying to say. Don't mind the idiot. This guy is a fraudster. He is indeed a fraudster, a very, very, formidable fraudster. He is indeed. If he was able to, manipulate me for some weeks, manipulate me, that is the biggest mistake you made, to stop believing in my spirit. It is the biggest mistake he made. And that is what is going to bring his ruin this time around. Manipulating me to believe in deceit. I am fighting for freedom, for my children, for my generation. You want to mislead me? No. It is better he change or nothing. Great analysis. Samson Hope, I see you. Good day, Joseph. Stop making noise. Oh, you see it as a noise. That is good. If you see it as a noise, maybe you are even the one of those fraudsters that are raising funds or here and there, convincing people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you to start to change the account. So I don't blame you, but I know you heard the message. As long as you say stop making noise, that it makes me happy to know you heard the message. And now that you heard the message, you will be fighting with yourself, your spirit. Could this be true? Who is lying? Then you will be forced to go and listen again that side. They convince you come back. I know how it works. But with time you will come around. With time you will come around. You you are madman. You are madman. If you want to write English, write it greatly. You can't even write. You are madman. It is only me talking. Why are you saying man? There is difference between singular and plural. Go and learn it. You are a madman. So I know you heard the message. That is one thing about it as well. That's one great thing about it. And thank you for listening to the message. That's my response to you. Mad people everywhere. Indeed, mad people everywhere. Mad ignorant people everywhere. And you heard the message. Very important that you heard the message. Autopilot will move. Autopilot will move. Autopilot will move. Autopilot. Auto criminals. This is no longer autopilot. It was auto criminals. You know why it is auto criminal? Auto criminal is that when you say autopilot, if you are a criminal, take your gun and go and kill anybody you see that challenge you in Biafra land. That is your enemy. Name it autopilot. That is, you want to make this movement to be uncivilized. You want people to label this movement under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, so that you will you will create your own ways. Autopilot, you move. Criminals everywhere, but you will pay for your crime in due course. Almost hail Biafra. Almost hail Biafra. Morris G-Boy, I hail you. Happy New Year, everyone. That is what Morris said as well. Let's read this wrong. This insult is too much. Is this the freedom we are fighting? Is this a fake soldier? Is he a fake lawyer? Is he with IPOB money? Is he in position of IPOB money? Freedom fighting is for all. Mazi Simon is truthful. Mazi Kanu is truthful. Now let me answer your question according to how you labeled it. Is he a fake soldier? Yes, he he's not a soldier. He is not a soldier. He is not a soldier. He is a conscript. It is a mandate that if you are in Finland now, you obtain your citizen, you go through a conscription, which will enable you to wear military uniform because you will undergo some training, because it is a mandate of everybody in Finland. It is not that like they are serving in soldier. It is just like a gun country, a gun-free country. If you go to a gun-free country, you can go, even if it is not a gun-free country, you can go to obtain a competency from a shooting range. You go to learn how to shoot, to obtain the competency. In case if you are looking for employment in a security company, you will have the competency. You can use the competency to get a job. That is what it is like. So he is not a soldier. Is he a fake lawyer? Yes, he's a fake lawyer because he's not a lawyer. He's an immigration agent. He is not a lawyer. He's an immigration agent. Those who, it is easy for those who take your money and do visa for you when you are traveling abroad. It is easy for them to call themselves immigration lawyer because that is the same work immigration lawyer is doing. Is the same work they are doing. They know the rules and they bring the documents together and they issue it to you. Your problem is solved. That is exactly what he is. So is he with IPOB money? Yes, he is directing Radio Biafra money. He is directing Radio Biafra money. The money that's allocation that is supposed to be going into Radio Biafra. That is what he is also with it. He control that place he created, claiming to you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew about it. But he sent him to go and broadcast on Radio Biafra. He is directing the revenue Radio Biafra is supposed to be directing. Some of you who are a fulefu going there to support him instead of going to support Radio Biafra that gave you all the information that you have known in this struggle. That is how it is. All these funds they are raising, where is it going? Are they paying ESN? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tell you, if before you interfere with the finance of IPOB, you must go through Nnamdi. Do you think he is stupid? That is where he's in possession of. Freedom fighting is for all. Yes, freedom fighting is for all, but only for genuine people. And we are not practicing democracy here. It is only for genuine people, not for fraudsters, not for people who claim what they are not. It is for genuine people. So you can say he is truthful. To you, he is truthful. But to the freedom fighting here, what we are doing, he is an enemy. That's why he wants you to get into civil disobedience, kill our people, so that they will label you a terrorist. And he is truthful. Mugu. DOS and Mazi, as well as MAP and so many other men and women of goodwill must work together. If those, you don't need to say work together. Everybody have their mantle. You must respect the highest office. the highest office, which is the DOS. That is the message. Whether those people want to be compromised because they're buying them a broadcasting platform, that is their business. So the most important thing is that you must respect the structure led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Very, very important. All of you are just gossipers. Yes, we gossip in truth. We are gossipers of truth. We are gossipers of truth. So I take your comment as a compliment. Thank you. This is not how to fight for freedom, man. All this madness have to put to an end. No, you are part of those who want to mislead the struggle, and we cannot allow you as a household enemy. As you know, you don't need to, if there is fire in your house, you don't need to start chasing after the mouse and the rat in your house, because now you will even get caught in the fire. Instead of trying to mitigate the fire, you are chasing after rat, which the fire can consume. So you must as in you must be, put your house in order before you go there, to start extending the love. My brother, just shut up your mouth. Simon is for every he's doing. You guys are messing up. Okay, it's for every he's doing. I don't even understand you. I take it as a compliment. You heard the message. Thank you for listening. All of you are a bunch of idiots. Thank you for listening. It is a compliment. At least it is a compliment. Are you people going to continue with this beer fraud? Jew cannibalism till this is Hope Uzodinma and his accomplices, his people. His people and the Fulani. Fulanis, Ijele have closed down this 419 Facebook Republic. Go get a job like Master Prophets. Oh, this might be who's now a dishwasher. Or maybe it is the one who claim he is, what is his name? This one who claimed that he's doing omena in another man's country. You don't know that you can't bring or fun in another man's country. It's part of you guys. I know. I know it. But thanks for watching. It's a compliment. You know. You want to go and do tradition in a white man's country. Do you think white man's land, accepts tradition? If it accepts tradition, it's supposed to have mineral resources there. That is the reason why they don't have resources, because the gods